Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Factional Fight Wurm Online. My name's Brian. That's my brother Adam. And for those who don't know, we play Wurm Online. Yeah. How are you doing, Adam?
I'm pretty well, actually.
That's great. It is the evening for us. I just got home from work. How's everybody in the chat? Hello, everyone that's already said stuff. Fabricant to Catnip. Drakeling. How you guys doing? It's great to be home. It's great to be able to get back on Wurm, and excited to go all the way back to our old home in Deliverance. But there's stuff for us to do, and thought, why don't we stream it? What exactly do we have to do? Does it involve like more than getting on our boat and going?
It does. I mean, I did spend a little bit of time making some animal crates for us. So we're gonna have to load up our animals onto the boat. We're gonna have to get the large cart onto the boat as well. And I realized that one of the things that we wanted to do on our journey to Deliverance was to delve deep into the archaeology system. And we have started the skilling it up, but what we didn't do was create archaeology journals.
Now, what exactly do archaeology journals do? Is it just record what deeds that you find?
Now, we're like total newbies with the archaeology system. We just started, so all we know is what we read. And what it seems like archaeology journals do is they record the deeds that you discovered, like the deeds that have fallen. Right? Because when you do your archaeology thing, you'll get a notification. Oh, this seems like it used to be a settlement. Its name was called da-da-da-da. So the archaeology journal will then record that record for you. I believe, and I could be totally wrong, but I believe then once you have that in your journal, you can use the journal to locate that spot again somehow. Like you can right click and say locate, and it'll tell you, oh, it's northeast from here or something like that.
That'd be nice. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that we don't have them. How do we make them?
Well, I started the making process. The making of the archaeology journal is not so hard. I don't have that high leatherworking skill, and that's what it takes to make them. But what, and you can they imp up just like any other. Here, I'll pass you one.
Okay.
They take a book and a free leather scraps or something like that to make. So not too hard. I think my leatherworking was 15 or something like that, and I made them no problem. They, of course, come out at low quality.
I see.
The book was a little bit tough. It took a paper and a string, and I was making the paper. But now what I realize is that in order for the archaeology journal to work, it needs to be loaded with sheets of paper. Now, not any sheet of paper will work. It needs to be a sheet of paper that's above 30 quality.
I see.
And the problem is that our is it papyrus making skill?
Papyrus, yes.
Papyrus?
No, I don't
it's
know. Papyrus?
No good. We haven't done any of that. So I started at level like 1. And I started making paper, and it wasn't so bad. It actually isn't terrible. You take your wood scrap, you combine it with water, and it makes wood pulp or something like that. And that was coming out at level 52 or something like that consistently. So there must be like some system in place to make sure that the wood pulp that you make comes out at a half decent quality. And I noticed as that went up, as my skill was going up, the wood pulp quality was going up like consistently. Like I wasn't failing, I guess. But then you have to take that wood pulp and make paper with it. And a lot of the paper that I was making is low quality. You know, I get the odd one that was like 40 quality or something like that.
It doesn't look
Now,
like
in
you
order
can
to
improve these paper sheets.
No, you can't improve the paper. So they come out whatever they come out, and that's it. And if it's too low quality to get put into the archaeology journal, you just, you know, I mean, paper is used for other things. You can use it to make more books. You can use it to make a receipt, a COD receipt, which used to be more useful than it is now. Now that they lowered the mailing cost to one copper. But I don't know if you knew this, but it used to be that if you made a sheet of paper and wrote something on it and sent it to somebody, it only cost 1 copper back when everything else cost 10. So you could use that as a way of transferring money for only 1 copper.
And now I guess
Now it doesn't matter. Now everything is 1 copper. Okay, so
but we can make these journals. Okay.
Did you load the paper into the journal?
I started improving the journal.
Okay.
Do I need to do that? What does the journal quality matter?
I don't think the journal quality matters too much. I could be totally wrong, but
so I'm just wasting my time. Is that what you're saying?
You can improve it. That's fine. Like giving it a couple of improves probably might help. How about we find out if it helps? But what you need to have is a blank report inserted into the archaeology journal.
Okay.
Now you need 1 blank report for every deed that you discover.
Ooh.
The moment you discover a deed, it will fill one of those reports, and it gets used. Now, you can only have 22 reports per archaeology journal.
22? What's with that number?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I have no idea. A lot of people. I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but there's a thread right now in the suggestion form to increase that number from 22 to 100, because they are sitting right now with 7 archaeology journals in their inventory that they use, and it's all full, and they're just, you know, they have an 8th ready to go, and it's just getting kind of crazy the amount of archaeology journals they have. So they suggest putting 100 or allowing 100, which I think is a reasonable.
100 is a reasonable amount for an entire book.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable. Better than carrying around 8 separate books. And the other thing is that we're going to Deli, so a lot of the journaling that we're going to be doing is not going to be that useful for us in the long run.
That's okay.
You know. Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, we can make more paper. We can make more paper later. Because all that paper takes is wood and water. Wood scraps and water.
Can they be placed on empty shelves? I assume they can.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's one thing that I noticed when I was placing it is that they were facing the direction of like if you were laying it on a table. They weren't upright.
Okay.
Like you were putting it on a shelf. What would you want it to be? Laying
I
down?
think that
It looks good on paper. Or sorry, it looks good on the actual table if you laid it out. But now that we have empty shelves, would you want the book to be upright so that you can kind of line them up?
I am pretty certain that if you put it onto a bookshelf, it aligns itself
automatically
upright.
Does it? Oh.
I'm pretty certain.
Did you ever make one?
I didn't make an empty one, no.
Oh.
But I've seen pictures of people placing their books onto empty shelves, and they look like they're upright when put onto a shelf. So I like the fact. I like the fact that they're lying down when you put them onto surfaces, but upright when they're on shelves. That's really a cool feature if I'm remembering correctly.
That would be pretty awesome.
Okay, so paper is something that I think that we're going to have to just deal with another time. And we can easily make more paper when we're on Deliverance if we want to.
Okay.
I'll bring the press.
Good. Let me add new report. So I'm supposed to be adding a new report to it.
Right.
I've added it. It's inside, and I can continue to improve my journal, which is now almost 50 quality. So is that enough? 50 quality? I think 50 quality is pretty good.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Regular
I'll have
books
to
are
get you
placed
to...
vertically, but not the almanacs or the journals. So yeah, it would be pretty cool if it would switch positions when put onto shelves, something like that.
Unless you like that look, you know, like it gives you the option if you want your bookshelf to have books lying flat.
Now, what are regular books?
What
Can
are regular
you
books?
just like create a book and then like make a story?
Yes. However, from my understanding, they're not each page only allows you a certain number of characters, which is
It's not that many.
quite limiting, and I don't know how many pages you can put into a book. But I've heard it's also very limiting. And so people are asking, I've heard on the forums, for a better book system, one that will allow them to make, you know, long stories,
you need to
or
create a
guides.
really short story.
Yeah, that might be 250 characters or something like that. I think book quality also makes a difference. I don't know. I haven't looked too much into it yet, to be honest.
That'd be something that I definitely want to look into.
It is definitely something I do want to get into as well. So, you know, this was a good introduction to it for me, making this book, and I got my skill up to 5. So, yay.
5.
5.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. I'll be working.
Okay, so got my journal. Now, can we pack up and head
Yes. Yes. So
Yes.
I have the cart with 2 rafts. The first raft has 10 backpacks in it, and the other raft has 10 satchels.
out? Okay.
Hopefully this all gets to be fit into the NAR. So what I think we should do, the best course of action would be one of us rides down the wagon, and the other one rides down the cart. And
Now,
in
I
the
heard
wagon
that-
we'll bring the...
Didn't we
Yeah.
find out last time we have to like take all of the equipment off of the horses?
Oh, is that what we have to do? Okay, right. We did that in the other video. Yeah,
That's right.
we can do that. We'll just have to carry the equipment with us.
Okay. So you're saying, one person takes a wagon, and then what?
So I'm gonna grab the wagon.
Yep.
You grab that cart that's all ready to go. I'm gonna see about
Is there any problems
loading.
bringing a Supreme cart?
Any problems bringing a Supreme cart?
They don't have problems bringing something like a Supreme something over server lines. Well, that was
They
must have
better
been
not.
really I don't know, for some reason it's crossing my mind like it was an old bug or something.
Right. Better
maybe
not.
maybe I'm just making stuff up. Okay, so I'm on the cart, and you said the cart. Let's see, has 2 small rafts, like you said, and inside 10 backpacks and 9 satchels.
So I'm also thinking about food, but I have a feeling it might be better for us to just send ourselves food later. What do you think?
Yeah, either way.
Maybe I'll
that's
bring
fine.
one pizza for now, and then that should tie us over.
All right. I think that would be enough.
Problem is,
if I can
pizzas
remember,
decay.
if I can remember where the NAR would be. So we're pretty much ready, right? I can just head out there.
Yep. Should be good to go.
If I remember.
Unless you can think of anything else.
I'm
We might need.
completely too excited to think about anything else. So I think I
You
just
remember the
need
way
to go.
down?
No, I think I went the wrong way because I don't see a way to go.
You can go that way. Go that way, and then under the bridge, and then to the left.
All right. Is this one? There it is. You called it. Are we taking the Puzzlenator or Griffith's Cruiser?
Griffith's Cruiser is what we're going to be bringing.
All right. And what should we rename that? He's like, what? We have to rename it? What's the perfect name? All right, fine. We can keep it as Griffith's Cruiser.
Well, it is my cruiser, after all.
Did you bring? Who built this one?
You did.
Oh, I did.
Yep, you built it and gave it to me.
I did change the ownership. That is factual.
Right. So let's see. I can only unload the creature cages.
How many creature cages did you bring?
I brought 2.
How many animals are we taking?
2.
And who's riding back with the rest of the animals?
Who's riding back with the rest of the animals?
Are you going back with the whole wagon?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna go back with the wagon. I'm gonna put the picnic basket. Now here's one thing that is a real pain in the butt with NARs and other boats is that you're standing right next to the NAR. The inventory for the NAR is open, and you try to put something into it, and it says you are too far away, and yet you are standing inside of the NAR. Such a big pain. You have to be
kind of in the middle.
Because you actually kind of need to be towards one end.
Yeah,
the end where it's the driver. Yeah. And I know that's a limitation of how the position of items gets tracked, but I don't know.
Wait, we have to tame these animals, right? Let me start
that
process to take the equipment off. Or are they?
No.
Did you brand them to yourself?
Yeah, they should be branded. Double check that one there.
Factional Fight Village.
Okay, so they should be branded. You should be able to just open up their equipment and take all the stuff off.
I'm thinking the old way.
You're thinking of the old school way, back when you had to tame the animal in order to equip it.
All right. One's good.
The whole permission system changed that. That was the permission update. That.
Okay. Do you want to hold all of the items, all of your rare horseshoes that have 98, 99, and 101?
Yeah.
WOA, really?
Yeah, you can hold on to those. There should be another
that has 50 weight of fragments.
Right. You know what we should do is just
where it went.
No, I knew where they were. But however, I think that we should take some. Yeah, you could just put it in the NAR. My hope is that we get enough fragments for a statue out of this trip.
That'd be awesome.
That's my hope. We already got a few fragments here and there. I do know that I have another set of rare horseshoes.
Too many characters. All right.
You wouldn't happen to know where those are, would you? I thought they were on one of the other horses.
I don't remember. You are not allowed to load creatures in this cage. The target is locked. Okay, so let's unlock that. Or because you created it, do you have to unlock it?
It needs to be unlocked? I didn't think I locked them. Do they come with a lock?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, I'm going to run down there now. We'll just forget the other rare horseshoe set, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, okay. Did that horse have at least decent horse gear?
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay. Then we're good. So Fabricant says, still annoys me that unicorns and hell horses have to be tamed and managed, even when branded. Cages are made with a one quality lock. Creator needs to manage permissions on them. Yes, that's right. That also came with the new permission system where you now, if you make a cart or anything like that, it comes with a lock on it.
That's right.
And Catnip is warning us that they won't be branded once you cross the servers.
Do you have a brand? What is it called?
A branding iron?
Yeah.
Here's the problem: is that we won't be able to brand them unless we become part of a deed. Right. So we might have to tame them to put the gear back on.
Do we have tents?
Huh. Do military tents act the same as regular tents, like explorer tents? You said at one point yes, but I don't know for sure. I do not have the option to unlock. I can manage. Let me see. I can put you on the list. There we go.
Let's do that.
Them.
You can lead your horse, which is going to start walking away. Okay, so you put me on there. Loading creature.
Okay.
Now works.
Nice. We got...
Perfect.
Okay, so if so we got Fabricant and Catnip saying that military tents work just the same.
Perfect.
So, what that means is that we can go and grab those military tents that I made.
Wait.
I was trying to make a rare one.
You didn't bring the military tents?
Well, I wasn't sure that we needed to.
I thought that was the whole reason you made them.
Yeah, that was the whole reason I made them.
What? Why did you? Great. Why would you like start streaming the fact that you were making military tents?
The reason why I chose military tents to make is because they were the only item that, well, that and the other tents, they're the only items that rare cordage ropes can be used to make rare items, like, you know, increase the chances that you get a rare. So I was trying to make a rare one. Yeah.
I thought you were preparing for our journey.
I was preparing for the journey.
Oh, see.
That was exactly why I was making those military tents.
You just happened to forget them while we came down here.
Right. That's right. I better go get them.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. You didn't take a horse, did you?
No. You're loading the horses, right?
Oh, I guess I should do that. I'll do my part. Other than, can I not ride it? You gave me permissions. No, there we go. Okay.
Now the
so
question is, where did I put those military tents?
Cargo. This is so exciting. This is the last time I went on a boat.
Found one tent. What did I do with the other? Knowing me, I just have it sitting in my inventory somewhere. There it is. It's in my inventory somewhere.
Good job. See? You figured it out before you even knew what was going on.
Yep. Alright.
Alright. So
someone's killing a horse, it sounds like.
Did I turn off sounds? I don't know.
Now another thing,
like if I leave the sounds, oh, you know what? Of course, I shouldn't have even opened this window.
I'm curious to know if the horses will, if they're being cared for, will they still be cared for when we cross the server?
Hmm.
Because I'm worried if this horse might die
That I don't
on
know.
this journey. So I might, while we're there, invest in some of those ruins to bring back the ages. I don't know how close the horses are to death.
And these are the best ones we have?
I mean, they're the fancy new ones. You know, like the ebony black and the...
Well, do you have any younger ones?
There are younger ones. I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue.
So just what Fabricant said, cared for does not cross. And be warned, they could just end up dying after you cross just because they're so old.
But once they cross and we bring them out, we can care for them right away, right? Like,
They could
it's
die
not going to
right
be...
away.
Could they die right away? Like, we try to unload them and they die, like, in that instant before we care for them?
Maybe.
And does care for protect the horse even if they are left off deed? All these questions.
How would you like to chance this?
Okay, let's bring out the horses.
It says, I brought my horses that were years old over to the Labyrinth and it made it okay. I made sure to care for it immediately though.
Okay, I think we'll be okay. Let's just chance it, and the worst that could happen.
All right, we're chancing it. Let's do
The
this.
worst that can happen is that they die.
All right,
right?
get on. Here we go. Yes.
Well, okay, you're commanding. Okay, here we go.
All right, so tell me, how do we get there? Or am I going under the bridge?
Yeah, you're going under the bridge. And you're going to take a left.
Settings window. See, for some reason, Wurm does not come back.
Is that right?
When I go to the
You're
settings.
You're streaming
Let
black.
Let me see if I can jar it back in here. So if I do that and then that, how about that? There you go. Perfect. Here we go.
All right, so we're on our trip to Deli. Did you know?
Really nice. Look at those
I don't know if
shadows.
you do know, but did you know that boats now go faster when they are of higher quality?
Really?
Hmm.
And since ours is 34 quality,
It's not going as fast as it could.
what is your boat skill at right now?
Not good.
Was that in carpentry?
Yeah,
Shipbuilding.
yours is
Only
shipbuilding. Yeah, yours
58. Wow.
is 58. You could do some work on that.
Yeah, I guess so.
I know. It's way more fun to make the boats than it is to skill up the skill.
Yeah.
So Catnip's saying, I would think that the person caring for the horse crossing the server with the horse then cared for should remain. Have a feeling that the cared for is like this was all the part of the reason why the horse crossing server thing took so long to get put in the game, because all the systems tied to the horses are server specific, and they had to do something to make sure everything worked out okay. And I think one of the things that's server specific is cared for. Like if I go over to another server, and we can check this out to see if like how many animals I'm caring for on the other server, I feel like it's like a completely different set of horses. So let's say I'm caring for 2 horses over here. I go to the other server, it'll say I'm not caring for any, so I can care for 2 more on that server, I think. I don't know. We'll find out, because this is all new to us.
I mean, if they're completely separate from each other, like, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're on our journey. I'm pretty excited to get going and to see Deliverance again. It's got to look completely different than what I remember. I would say almost everything would look completely different than what I remember. I mean, when we left, there was no bridges.
Right.
There was no...
there was only 1 wall type.
There was only one wall type.
Two wall type. Like,
mines couldn't have...
They might have had timber walls by then.
That is a good possibility. There was just so much difference, so much missing than what we have today. I don't even know... Oh, it looks like a bridge is about to pop up.
Yes.
I wouldn't even know what to expect or whether I'm even going to be able to find our old deed. I would say...
Oh, that's not going to be a problem.
Okay, if we were going to go in the direction of, like, which deeds do you want to see first? Which deed would you want to see? Okay, very first one that we go to.
I think the very first one that we should go to is Autumn Twilight. But partially because it's one of the only ones that I really want to see that's on the water. It's on the coast.
We had 2 different deeds on the water.
Yeah.
And the other one, I can't quite remember what we called it.
Yeah, me neither.
Was that the one that was also called Winter's Night?
I think we did call that one Winter's Night. The one in the north, right?
Yeah. Way up in the north of Deli.
I wouldn't mind going back to that area too.
That was a good location. I like that location. But we got pulled south almost when we started building that deed.
It was like almost against our will, you know, like not against our will, like in the sense that we refused, like we didn't want to, but it was like fate drove us south.
Yeah. And like I didn't mind. I do kind of I did like that area. The neighbors are friendly. And we had a lot of plans for it that never really panned out.
Right. Mostly because we were new players at the time and didn't have skills to... We had plans for it, but we just never got around to get into those plans because we got distracted by lots of other stuff.
Anyway, that makes sense. Autumn Twilight. So I think that's probably what we'll do. We'll go to Autumn Twilight and see what mess we left there. And then I think we should take our boat, or not our boat, maybe we should park our boat there and then take our cart to the Puzzle Plaza. That should be stop number 2. And then we should continue through Green Dog and work our way to Puzzles.
That makes sense, yeah.
And then...
Yeah, we'll have to stop off at Puzzle Plaza as well.
Yeah, and then we'll keep going north to our deed. We also had a deed called Summer Flame. And
that was the one that was right next to Autumn Twilight. If I'm not mistaken.
We had a Summer Flame that was on top of a mountain.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, and we did nothing on top of that mountain other than possibly just, was it deeding a trader or something?
No, that... We got a hold of that deed. Okay, That's a good story, actually. I completely forgot about that.
Okay, I don't remember the story. If you're saying that it was a good story,
Well,
I just thought
that mountaintop deed is an old deed that when we were at Puzzles, there was a player named Rudy. He's a very big PvP character, and he was making that deed. So he terraformed the whole top of that mountain, flattened it off, made a big nice workshop, made a nice looking deed on top of this mountain. He had this really cool path leading up to the top, and he used that as his base of operations for a while we were making the puzzle like our first puzzle Labyrinth. I don't know if you remember this, but he hired us. What was it he hired us for? Or was it that he bought dirt from us?
He bought dirt from us.
That's what it was.
We were new characters, and he bought dirt, and we had dirt because we were building the first puzzle,
the first labyrinth
area. Yeah. So
this was back before crates.
Yeah.
So the only way
mountain next to us.
Right.
And
it was next to us.
To I don't know, I think he made an entire path up the mountain and then to his deed.
Yeah.
It looked really nice actually.
Exactly.
But then I think he left either the game for a while or left just Deliverance. And that deed fell, everything got destroyed.
That's not what happened.
No?
That's not what happened.
I don't remember what happened now.
The story has a lot more drama to it.
Drama, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then let me know. Remind me what exactly took place here.
Well, we got tied up. Our paths crossed with a guy named Zalafir, and he was notorious for being the guy who had his own dragon or drakeling.
Yeah.
He was the one who penned the black drakeling on Deliverance. One of the first people to ever pen a dragon.
This was before the whole epic fights that you can just find a. Can you find a dragon just here and just
Well, now unique guys spawn
all the time. Right?
They spawn all the time now, right? You kill them, they come back. But back then, uniques were exactly that. They were that's why they're called uniques. It's because
we sound like old men.
I know.
Back in our day.
Exactly.
Uniques would just spawn once and then disappear.
Once it was dead,
to be seen again.
Exactly. Once it was dead, it was dead. That was the initial concept of them, right? Every server came with a red dragon, whatever, the different types of dragons, drakes, and there was one of each. And once it was dead, it was dead, and so the materials off of it were so valuable, so valuable.
And there was lots,
and also,
as far as I remember,
what's that?
They would drop lots of material. It wouldn't just be
right.
the way it is now.
Right. The way it is now is completely different. So you would butcher it, and it would drop enough hide for 40 sets of drake sets, something like that. And I don't remember what the dragons drop, but back then I think I could be totally mistaken, but I don't think anybody really penned a scale one of the dragons. I could be wrong actually. In any case, it was very uncommon. So Zalafir was the guy who figured out that you could pen the dragon. And he created a design to keep the dragon at bay, because it would bash walls just like a troll bashes walls, but way worse. And it would get out really easily. So he had a system. And what he discovered was that after a while, the drakeling laid an egg. And it laid an egg in the same sort of... It's similar to how hens lay an egg. Hens don't need to be... they don't need to be mated. You just have a hen sitting in a cage, it'll lay an egg. So drakelings work the same way. And so he would get an egg. I think it was once every 6 months or so. And he would hold an event where he would get a bunch of people together and kill the drakeling after they hatch. And from what I understand, the first time they ever did this, 2 drakelings spawned out of the one egg. So it was like twins. So there's all this lore about, like, you know, the twin dragon. People called themselves this. It's like a whole big thing. And of course, with the value of the Drake sets comes drama. And it was just like the greed took over. And there was a lot of, what's the word, like rivalry between people. And Zalafir was
like
not
a Lord of the Rings story or something.
You know, Zalafir could be the nicest guy. Like he had 2 sides to him. He was the nicest guy if you were on his side. And if you were not on his side, he was like just he had a cruel side to him too. But
okay, so
yeah.
now that we just talked about the history of you know, dragons and drakelings and stuff, what does this have to do with the deed on the mountain and how he got this
exactly
deed?
So Rudy, he started a market of his own on top of a mountain, and Zalafir had this rivalry with Rudy. I'm not sure the whole history behind it, but it definitely had something to do with the drakes. And so Zalafir, he started Puzzle Plaza, and his idea was to, like, be in, what's the word, like, competition with Rudy market. Zalafir wanted his market to be, like, way better than Rudy's market, and he planted it, like, really, like, not that far from it. So there's 2 markets really close to each other, and he had it all decked out, like, it looked really nice. Like, Puzzle Plaza looked like it's a decent looking plaza.
Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, it was before Deed Planner, or at least the way that we know what Deed Planner is. And he designed, I can't remember how he designed it. Was it in the original Deed Planner, the 2D one? No,
I
it
don't
was in
think so.
something. And I remember him showing us the design of it.
Oh, right. Maybe it wasn't the original 2D.
And
Anyway.
it was quite cleverly designed.
Yeah, it was nice.
And, okay, so what does this have to do with our, buying this deed on the mountain?
So at some point, like, Rudy often sold all of his stuff and came back, you know, would leave the game for a while and come back. Somehow, Zalafir struck a deal with Rudy, and this was all part of the whole thing, and it was like a big deal, a big transaction. I can't remember exactly what was traded, but the plaza deed that Rudy had, and the deed on top of the mountain, and that came with a trader, and back then traders were valuable, and it came with a bunch of Drake, and I can't remember exactly, but the deal was like a big deal. And he got like Zalafir felt after that transaction that he got really rich. Like he felt like he came out on top on that deal. I just remember him like he was like sticking it to Rudy because he was such a rival. Anyway, as I said, Zalafir could be really nice. So, and we were on his good side, and so he gave us that deed.
He was always good to us.
He was always good to us. He gave us that deed because he said that he already had a couple trader deeds, and keeping a trader deed back then it took work. I don't know if you remember, but so he didn't want another one to have to work for.
And it was it wasn't next to like the water to easily get to it or whatever. Yeah.
And it was on top of a mountain, really far away from all of his other deeds. So yeah. So he asked us if we wanted it, and he gave it to us. We did something with it. I think we sold it at some point.
That's a good possibility. One thing that I regret is that, so I don't really regret the traders. Like traders aren't really worth much. No, we're good. But they had a large magic chest there.
Right.
And I always I wanted that chest so badly. Down to like Autumn Twilight, and I couldn't figure out a way to get it down there because it's just so far away. And previously we had taken part in moving one of our friends' looms, so we found a rare loom, and I think she bought it or something, or maybe she was moving it. I can't really remember. And there was no way to load things at that time, so she wanted to move that loom down. We would have to push it, like just nudge it. So, and like that takes hours and hours and hours, even with like lots of people. So we had a whole event where we're just gonna move this loom all day. 8 of us or whatever. We're just push and push and push until it reaches Autumn Twilight. And
yep.
So, like, that's what we did. We went to, I think it was near Green Dog, and the main starter town there, and we would just start pushing it, and it became kind of infamous on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And what was funny is, while we were going through people's like areas, they were just like, what the heck is that sound of like pushing, and they came and then like we tell the story to them, like what we're doing, and they were like so nice. They just start pushing with us or give us food or whatever. and until we were like past their place, and then they just said so long, and it took like 8 hours to push this thing.
Yeah.
And I think somebody posted the story on the forums back then, and it was just
right.
Yeah,
you probably could find it somewhere on the forums. I bet you it's somewhere there. It has a little map showing the distance that we pushed the loom. It's called the Great Loom Push of, and then it had the year that we did it in.
Really? You remember that? I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, that's what people named it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we didn't write it. You know what? Maybe it was Nightshade who wrote it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Somebody wrote it.
Yeah, it was.
But it was great.
It was Nightshade's loom. I don't know whatever happened to that loom. But it came to Autumn Twilight. That was the last I remember.
Fabricant pushed a good mailbox. Yes, that's another thing that needs. Now I think you can load mailboxes, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Who knows? That'd be cool. We should have loaded the mailbox. That's
so much has changed. You can load stuff into wagons. You did you know that you can push altars now?
Really?
Yeah, you can move an altar. I don't know about loading them, but you can move them.
You can move mailboxes using place.
Oh, okay.
Apparently,
I don't see why you can't load them. I just don't see what the logic behind that is.
I don't know. Maybe there's something weird with the way it interacts with the server.
Maybe.
Who knows? Anyway, what were we talking about?
So we're talking about that deed on the top there.
Yeah. So
I think we came to the end of that story.
I really wanted that magic chest because it was like a large magic chest, and it could hold so much, and I hate to see it go to waste. And I waited forever. I remember at that time hearing about that they were going to introduce a loading feature.
Right.
And
remember that.
I was like waiting and waiting for this loading feature to come, and then I kind of remember that the loading feature came in, and then it said, "Oh, but you can only load items that you own." And because I didn't purchase that large magic chest, it technically was not mine.
Right.
At the time. I'm not sure if this has changed, but I basically waited and waited didn't get it. Like, didn't get the ability to load it, and then
We ended up
kinda
selling the deed,
selling the deed and giving up on
and
it.
yeah, somebody else had it. It might have been, yeah.
And ever since then, I've never owned a large magic chest. The end.
Do you think we should buy ourselves a large magic chest?
Maybe. That might be fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that one day.
Anyway,
I've always wanted
so
one.
while we journey, yeah, while we journey down this this trek, which we're going against the wind in a
Right.
really just horrible way.
Of course. Isn't that always the way it works? Like you want to go somewhere, and the way you want to go is always opposite to the wind. Oh,
It's really bad. I wanted to talk a little bit about Wurm, a little bit about different things that have happened, the news. There was a news update that happened. You streamed a little bit, and I'm not sure if you want to talk a little bit about that. I was unfortunately at work and not able to really take part in it. I did open up your stream a few times, and I couldn't hear you, but I could see you. So it was kind of like listening or watching, like if I was just to stop talking and just be like. It was kind of like that for like, you know, an hour or something. I couldn't actually, I couldn't watch for that long, but it was.
don't you have earphones?
Well, not in my job. I can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you can watch a screen.
I have the ability to watch a screen for a little while.
Yeah.
It was funny because I picked up. You were on my phone. Somebody came to my desk and then they were like, yeah, come to my desk. And I picked up my phone and like brought it to the person's desk and just kind of like placed it on the desk. And I was kind of trying to peek at what was going on and trying to do the chat while I was doing my job. Yeah, it was probably not the best thing I could have done. But anyway. So yeah, I don't exactly know what was going on in those streams, and there's also a lot of stuff that's happened because of those
you got
streams.
this right, because we're gonna hit the land in about.
Are we gonna hit the land?
10 seconds.
I'm not even close to land. Okay, maybe you're seeing something weird.
Maybe.
It says that. Like continuously it's saying that I'm out of sync with the server, so I'm wondering if there's an issue with my client now or if there's just an issue with the server at the moment.
Yeah, so there was a backup we had the backup lag hit us where I felt like we had stopped, like it looked to me we stopped, and then eventually it just kept going.
So is this a thing these days that I have
if
to
you
moor the boat?
Okay,
moor
so
the boat?
yeah, okay, mooring the boat gets us back in sync. Let's do that. Because yeah, it looks like based on what I'm looking on the stream and what I'm seeing on my screen.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That never used to happen. We used to. I wonder if that's something that's more regularly came up as a bug. We used to sail like across Deli and across Xanadu here, and never saw that before.
What's weird is that you moored the boat, and it looks
it's
like
catching up to itself, essentially.
Yeah, I'm catching up. I see. So where
Did you catch up to yourself now?
No.
Okay. I have stopped getting messages.
My guess is that where you are is probably where the boat actually is on the server. And what I'm seeing on my screen is probably the thing that's out of sync. But what's funny is you're the one getting messages.
Too far away to raise the mooring rope or to raise the mooring anchor.
Is that right?
Let's try again. Yeah, I guess I really wanted to be on the stream. I really wanted to be playing Wurm. And okay, there we go.
And to me, it looks like the boat's still moving, so I don't know. Yeah, you were going through the Wurm withdrawal.
Yeah, Drakeling. Yeah, what can you do? We all gotta work.
Yep.
Just the way it is.
I had fun doing those streams.
Listen, if I could work playing Wurm, I'd work playing Wurm. But that's not an option.
Now, the
But
reason
yeah.
why,
So
part of the reason, it wasn't the only reason, but part of the reason why I wanted to do those streams was we are on the path to becoming Twitch affiliates, whatever that means.
okay, I don't know what that means, but yes.
We're trying to learn all this Twitch stuff now that we're streaming back on Twitch, and they changed a whole bunch. So one of the things that they changed was that you can now become a Twitch affiliate, which comes with its perks of some kind. I still don't even know what they are. But in order to do that, you have to meet a certain number of criteria. And, you know, the way we stream, it seemed pretty easy for us to get to be Twitch affiliates, except for one of the criteria, which was you have to stream within 30 days. You have to stream 7 times.
7 times.
Right.
Yeah. We can't.
And
get
we're sort of
together
like
7 times.
In a month. It was 7 times in a month, in 30 days.
You would think that it would be fairly simple for us to get together 7 times within an entire month to play Wurm.
Yeah. But that would require like 2 streams per week.
That never really happens, does it?
I know, it doesn't. We might
Not these
hit
days.
once. I think once a week is like reasonable for us to get on the game at the same time.
Yeah.
Once a week.
So I guess you decided to do things without me for a little while.
Yeah, do a couple streams while I had the time.
How did they go?
They went pretty good, I think. Anyway.
Did you learn
Now-
anything useful?
I learned that I don't know how to get my mic to sound right. I don't know.
It's sounding pretty right now.
I think right now it's fine.
Yeah.
But for some reason in the first video I sound like I'm echoing, like I'm in a bathroom or something. It sounds just echoey.
Any idea why?
No idea. I still have no idea. And like if you listen to the whole stream, it's like it comes and goes. It's like it's not there constantly. What it almost sounds like is that my voice is getting picked up by 2 sources.
Oh wait.
And those 2 sources are sort of
before we go forward. Do I have to do anything? I remember that you had to like set a path or something. Plot a course.
Ah, yes, plot a course. Let's do that.
Deliverance. I'm plotting a course
although
of
I think-
Deliverance.
I think that if we didn't plot a course,
I would go to Deliverance anyway.
we would go to Deliverance anyway, because this we're going across the Deliverance border. I think you might need to straighten yourself out, though.
Okay, you're gonna have to guide me here.
Left? You see that?
Ooh,
If you turn to your left, you see that bridge
love
there?
those. No.
See that bridge that's off to our left up
No.
in the mountain there?
Okay, yes.
We need to sort of head in the same direction as that bridge.
Like this?
Parallel to the bridge.
Does that look
Yeah.
If you look at my stream.
I'm looking at our boat because at least the direction should be. Maybe actually, this isn't so bad because I think we're heading just a little bit south, but mostly west. And Autumn
on the
Twilight
map.
is.
So where do you feel like we'll be? We're going this way, I assume. This way.
Yeah.
That's what it seems.
So
So we started kind of here.
yeah,
and we
you
went
see that white
this
dot?
way through here, and now we're going.
You see that
this
white
way.
dot there? That's up there. That's Windfall Peninsula. In the top
Oh,
left
did
there.
we go that way?
Yeah, we went out that.
Oh, I thought I was going out this side. Okay.
There is a path to go out below that, but
We went this way, and then now we're going this way. Okay.
this way is a lot safer, I think.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So if we head out west or southwest. It doesn't matter, west or southwest a little bit. Actually, you know what? Our trip will probably be shorter if we go straight west here. Because Deliverance is a much smaller server. And going south on Deliverance will be a lot more effective going south on Xanadu.
It is a lot smaller, deed.
Okay, so Fabricant said two very important things.
Yep.
I don't know what we would do without you, Fabricant. The first one is, the important thing to remember is when you get the out-of-sync message when you're on a boat, don't disembark.
Noted.
I have
that was also a problem before that I did notice. Okay.
I have experienced this before. If you're out of sync and you disembark from your boat, you're going to land in the water where your avatar currently is on your computer, but your boat is going to be where it is on the server. So you're going to end up potentially many tiles away from your boat. Yeah. That could be pretty bad. And the second thing is about the Twitch affiliate thing. So this is good to know, because we wanted to know this. We were asking each other this the other day. Getting to affiliate is a little grind you'll have to do. Once you get it, Twitch won't take it away unless you don't stream for a year. You don't have to maintain the required stats. So that is good to know. Oh,
that's good, because you streamed those 2 times. Did we make it? Did we get?
We made it.
We made it.
We made it. Yes.
However,
here's the problem: is that we still need to do a couple steps that I don't understand how to do. So,
we didn't make. I clapped prematurely. I'm sorry.
Well, I started going through it, but we need to make some decisions between the two of us before we actually click the stuff.
Is this something we should do now? Or we can
we
can do it later.
Yeah, I think we should do it later.
So I can actually focus on what you're talking about a little more.
Well, we need to it requires you to have 2-factor authentication.
Oh, I see. So the boring admin stuff, that's what you're talking about.
Exactly. Exactly. We need to do a bunch of boring
something cool stuff. Like, now you have to choose a new logo or else you won't be able to change it for a year. And then we have to sit down and actually do something. So instead, let's talk about Wurm, because I got a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to bring up the last time we streamed, and thought this is probably not the greatest time to bring it up. We've already been streaming for like 3 hours. Yeah, my mind's not in it, and I can just keep it for another stream. And now we're in another stream on a boat, sailing peacefully. Perfect.
Did you write
time
it down?
to just talk about Wurm. I wrote some of the stuff down, and some of it's just random crap. Yeah. How about you? Did you have anything?
I have been writing. I started getting like the creative itch.
Nice.
So I created a brand new document that you do not have access to.
I don't have access to it.
A whole bunch of stuff down. And I thought to myself while I was making this file, like, maybe this is what we should start doing. Each of us have our own file that we can't see each other's ideas. And then that way, when we talk about them and bring them up on the show, they're more like, of a surprise to each other.
Perfect. I love it.
What do you think? Okay.
I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to start off here.
Okay.
And this is an easy one, because you released a bunch of videos. Basically, you're putting our streams on YouTube, and someone here, Zodan5. I don't know if Zodan5 you're watching at some point during either the stream now or YouTube later, but you were watching some of our videos. You were a longtime Wurm Unlimited player, and you did try to play Wurm Online. So the gist of what you were saying is you tried to play Wurm Online, and you hated it so much, it seemed like. I guess you went to Wurm Unlimited and you liked it better. Okay, but
was it that he tried Wurm Online first?
He tried Wurm Online first. No,
and hated it.
He did not mention whether he tried Wurm Online first.
Okay.
It's a possibility. So... No, he did say that the first experiences of Wurm Online were really bad. a lot of our first experience in Wurm Online were not great, and we left the game mostly out of confusion, really.
Right, and
But
frustration.
he said he like it was just a bad experience, and what he did was the first thing he tried to do was join a deed. So join a village, and not because he wanted to, but because he felt like he was being not forced to, but directed to. You know how like when you log into the game and you talk to Freedom or you talk to on the forums and you're like, hey, I just started the game, love it. What should I do next? I did this and I did the first part. Most of the time, people say, oh, you should join a village.
Right.
Lots of villages out there. Join a village. It's easy to, to get into a village, and it makes the game a little more, social, and it makes it easier. You don't have to survive on your own at first, and you can gain your skill and do that stuff. So he said that's what he did. He was kind of directed to do that, and he ended up like in a village doing all sorts of these grindy stuff that didn't make the game seem good to him. So he just started doing all this stuff that wasn't enjoyable to what he thought Wurm was supposed to be like, and he wanted, and it kind of drove him away, I guess. Luckily to Wurm Unlimited, I don't know, and so like what? This is what Wurm, as Wurm Online players, that's what we tell new players. Go join a village. That's
Right.
because Wurm can be intimidating and confusing, and you don't know what to do, and a village can help you out. But that's not what we did.
True.
And I don't think that's what I would have wanted to do either. In the sense that when you do join a village, and even when we had Autumn Twilight, like we gave a plot of land to people, but then there was like, I don't know, I feel like we treated our villagers nicely.
We tried our best.
Yeah.
When we even thought through that process of we wanted to make sure that they got the sort of newbie experience.
And here's the problem
what I
that I
mean?
have with the fact to direct people to villages, is that we always say Wurm Online is this vast kind of sandbox experience where you can do, you can be whatever you want sort of thing. So there must be an infinite amount of possibilities of the way to start this game out. Yet, here we are telling people, directing people like Zodan to a point where he felt like he had to join a village. That was like the only thing that's what he should do. Even though this game can cater to lots of play styles, and he would probably had more fun doing something else, maybe on his own, or figuring it out on his own, or doing what we did and just kind of like going out and exploring and dying and surviving and failing, and then like doing that whole struggle and having those whole experiences. Everybody's experience is different, and they have a different kind of beginning to Wurm. And as old veteran Wurm players, we look back and go and kind of try to streamline that experience for new players.
Right.
And in this particular experience, our streamlining it for him kind of ruined it. Ruined the experience for him. And
I've actually
is there a
okay.
better way?
I've had that experience on a Wurm Unlimited server. I logged in and I thought to myself, I'm going to do the newbie thing and I'm going to join a settlement. And I looked for a settlement that it was designed to take in newbies. Like the person had set it up for new players.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined the place, and they had a house built for new players that they, gave me the permissions to. It was all set up. There was a farm there. There was like a whole bunch of stuff already set up. So I got in and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Like everything's already set up for me. Like part of the fun of this game is setting it up for yourself. You know what I mean? And I did a few things. I got myself a forge and those sorts of things. But then it got boring because, oh wait, I'm off the boat. Why am I in the water?
Okay. I'm also in the water. I can't believe they didn't solve this problem yet. You get kicked off of your own boat still. This has been since 2012, at least. Maybe, like, probably the whole life of this game. Can't I not get kicked off my boat? I don't know.
Somebody was telling me, or I was watching a stream.
Is there a way? Maybe there's a way.
It might have been Catnip. I was watching Catnip stream, and she was saying she lost all of her stuff that was in her inventory when she crossed the border. And she said that she found it like she knew like it's something that happens if you cross too close to the corner.
Oh.
So there's some server crossing problems going on here.
Okay, I am looking at Deliverance. Okay, and the second thing before you continue your story. We are back on Deliverance.
Woohoo!
For the first time in years. I'm going to just read some of this stuff.
Sure.
My first time in Jagsis. Thank you for following us.
Nice. Thanks for the follow.
So, Saxy Lamb. I was like completely about to say Sexy Lamb, which I guess is not your name, but is what I saw. My first time in Wurm, I joined a village. Okay. And now starting again, I'm going solo. Now, those experiences in the village, did it help you prepare for going solo? And are you really excited now that you are going solo? Could you have gone solo first before joining a village? Or do you feel because of those experiences, it is now better? Drakeling said, I got really lucky when I first started playing. Found another player who was also new to the game. We made friends pretty quickly and started to learn the game together. I don't think
you got to turn left here.
I could have had a better way to start Wurm. That is amazing.
And I totally agree. Like this is probably the best thing that you could do. If find somebody else who's in the same sort of like stage of playing this game as you. So we're in the northeast corner.
Oh, really? Okay.
Right? So we got to go straight south here, which is, this way.
Perfect. Okay. I remember this whole area here.
And this is, in fact, there is one better way to start off Wurm, and that's with somebody that's also just starting out Wurm. Like that's how we started, right? It was you, it was me, and it was a couple other people that we knew, and we all hopped in. We were all new players, and that was the absolute best way, I think, because we were able to discuss things at the same level as each other. We were discovering things, and we would share things that we discovered, learn about the game together. And really because awesome. Because you have more people, like getting stuff done is less daunting. So yeah, that was. I don't think we could have done it better. But Drakeling's experience, I think, is also a really good alternative if you're starting out fresh.
When we started together, like we met players on the way on our journey that were also fairly new. Looking back, remember there was this one guy that just came. Like we said, we're going to the coast. We're looking for a place, and he's like, "I'll come along with you," and he just came with us. I can't remember his name.
I remember Alan.
Al. His name was Alan. I don't remember that.
Actually, the reason I did know him from before. He came from my World of Warcraft.
Thank you, Kool-Aid Zombie. Kool-Aid Zombie for following us.
Nice. So yeah, Alan was in my World of Warcraft alliance. So
Remnant, thank you for following us. Oh, it's a couple in a row.
I told people over there that we were starting this new game, and he was one of the guys who came over. He was the funniest Wurm player I've ever seen in my life, though.
This is the funniest thing ever. So he randomly, he goes, I'm gonna create a road so that I know. I don't know why he created it. So I know that I can get my way back to where we're going. And he just started like, what did he took his shovel and he just started like packing dirt, like one tile at a time as we were moving along this path. And he just made this like long path of him. I don't know, just some dirt path road, and then he like started getting attacked by like some bears or something. And he just started running, and he was a very vocal player, if I remember. Yeah. Oh my God, he would like be screaming or like talking while he was running away from the bear. And then I remember him carrying like a lot. He like put himself overweight, so he couldn't get away from the bear. And then we finally found a deed, and it was so early on, I don't remember if the deed was
I don't know if you remember, but we also we had no idea about the weight stuff.
We knew enough to know that we had to stay below a specific weight, but we didn't realize that it was a gradual slowness. We thought it was either you were fast or you were slow. I
don't think it is a gradual slowness.
It is gradually. You don't just go from 17 speed to 1 or like nothing or like 5.
Okay, but it's
like you go down to 14 and
steps.
then you go down. Yeah, there's steps. So I didn't realize that there was multiple steps. So
right, that's what we didn't realize.
We figured out that if we held below 40 something weight each, that we would relatively still be going fast. But what I didn't realize is we weren't going the maximum speed.
Right.
And we were going fast, but not kind of fast enough to outrun everything. So things would continuously just always be following us from behind. So we all ran into this house that was unlocked, and it was like a nicely designed house, but it got dark and we couldn't escape the house like at all.
There were spiders.
Like, spiders on one side, and then the other side had something else, some other animals, and we kept leaving on one side, and then all the spiders and stuff would come to that side, and we would get back into the house.
You need to turn a little bit, or else we're going to go back to Xanadu.
Oh, really?
At least that's what it's saying in my event window.
No. Okay.
We're just too far away from the coast. Yeah.
And it was just this really long journey. Like that, just like constantly.
This, you see how far away we are from the land here? So the distance from the land to the server border on Deli is like pretty short. But then when you're on Xanadu, the distance from the edge of Xanadu to the server border is like absolutely insanely long.
Oh,
why? Why does it have to be so long?
Redneck just pledged us $10 via Patreon. Thank you so much. That gives.
Thank you. Awesome. Revnik, you're awesome. Revnik is from I don't know if you know this, but Revnik's part of our alliance, and he's
I guess not
back. I saw a couple. No, over on Xanadu. Saw that he's back. So welcome back, Revnik.
Yeah, let's look at some of these things. So Fabricant was saying before when we were talking about the comments from Zodan. The most fun he had was when he was playing with friends, and we were all trash. We didn't know how to grind efficiently. We had no skill, but we enjoyed it. Yeah, That's exactly the best time that you
Absolutely.
can have, right? When everybody's on the
Absolutely.
even playing ground.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kool-Aid Zombie, love you guys. Duo stream, favorite stream. Oh, thank you for saying that. We definitely are back. Yeah, how long have we been back? Feels like it's yesterday, but we've done at least 3 streams. I think this is week 3.
This is week 4 actually.
Week 4. Wow, really?
Yeah, yeah.
And no, don't do it. Don't go to Deli. Why? Deli's no good. And it's a bad place. Oh no. What happened to Deli since we've been gone? I don't know. Now all I see is like ominous forests, and I don't know, is something bad gonna happen? We have a fond memory of a friend catapulting his meditation rug, and it shattered.
Awesome.
The first time that I ever remember using a catapult was like when we figured out that you could clump rock shards together and like catapult something and destroy. We had to destroy fences or something that weren't ours for one of our deeds by the water, the northern deed. So we had to like build one, and
I remember that. Yeah. We had no idea that you can put whatever you wanted into a catapult and launch it.
Yeah.
We had no idea about that.
It wasn't until later when we saw people putting like cows inside of catapults and just like seeing a cow like fly away. Oh my god, I remember this house. Can't believe it's still up.
The big one,
Yeah.
but it's not the same because it's pottery. It's
It
not
is
the
completely
same.
different, but it looks almost the same as the other one that we saw.
Yeah.
Right,
Look up
it is
there.
different. It is different.
Look up the mountain. You can see somebody's made this massive
Doro.
construction up there. Yeah.
Look
Whoa.
at
This
that.
is
Look
looks
at
like
that,
something.
surface mining. That's like look at
That looks
place.
like a lot of work to go into there. Yeah. Wow.
And they put what are
Candelabras?
those things? Candelabras look like iron to me. Is this not in the same spot as it was? There was a house like this. We probably have a video of it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the same spot as that other one that you're remembering. It's just all new. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
And this is all coming
Plus,
back.
all surface mine to get
This
the
is
boats in
all
there.
coming back. Oh, is it named Under Construction? Yeah. I feel like that was a similar name back then too. I can't remember.
So you're going to be aiming for that tip that's to our left there. We want to go around
Really?
that. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was getting close. I'm sorry. I guess not.
If you take a look at the map, you can probably pull it up on the screen. You see how like there's that sort of
we're here, aren't we?
sort of shape thing? Yeah, we need to go around that.
We're gonna go
that
around
tip
that, and then I'm guessing we were here.
Yeah,
That was
somewhere
autumn. That
there.
was autumn twilight. Somewhere along this coast, and I remember one year, was that 2013, when there was an impalong right here. It was like right next to our deed. Does that make sense? And that's where we met Kilroth. They had
Is that where we
come-
met Kilroth?
They had
did
come for
Kilroth?
the impalong, and they wanted to know whether it was okay to build a temporary house
Right.
just south
Right.
of us.
I remember that now.
And
And they
of
built
course,
it in
like,
the steep.
yeah, we're like sure, like build your house. That's fine. And they built like a nice size house, couple floors, just for
Right. It was
their,
like their temporary house.
yeah, just to
yes.
stay there. And they went to the impalong. We filmed, I think, the impalong a little bit. and yeah, it was a good implung. I feel like we didn't have time to really stay for a lot of it, which was
Yeah. Did Kilroth come to the castle event?
I don't
Like
remember. You know what? Since we didn't film it, and like I can't even remember at all.
Wait,
who
there's
came.
an island to our left.
If anybody came to our like,
Did it? Did that island to the left there?
wait,
Has that always been there?
yeah, I think so.
Okay,
It
now
looks familiar.
Catnip mentioned that we will see Subster's new deed. He used
a
wand of the seas.
So I'm assuming it's not this one. I remember this one or something exactly like this. That was always there.
Was always there. It's not on the map though.
I don't think it was ever on the map, as far as I remember. I remember visiting
Hey,
it
Stardog.
being very similar to that. Maybe it was in a different spot. I'm not sure. Good evening, Stardog.
Welcome.
Welcome to our stream. We are on our way back to our home. I would say our home server. Would you call Deliverance our home server?
I don't know if I would call it our home server, considering how long we've been on Xanadu for.
How long?
Like, what would you call
It's been like half and half, hasn't it?
the home that we grew up in? Like, you know, in real life. You know, like you live in your house now, but like then there's the house that you grew up in, actually. For you, that doesn't matter. But
are you okay.
what would you call the home that you grew up in? Like, that's not your home, because your home is where you live now. Yeah, back to your roots. That's exactly what we call it. We are heading back to our roots.
Heading back to our roots and seeing the disaster that we left.
We haven't been back since.
I wonder what it's going to look like. We're going back to our childhood homes.
Yeah.
Our Wurm childhood homes. Okay, so after talking about that, I wanted...
Is that it on the left there? Subster's new deed.
I don't remember that. That's... Should I kind of go out there?
Yeah, let's go over and check it out.
I also don't remember that.
Yeah, I know. Well, you could make a little island like that by just dropping a whole ton of dirt.
You know, I tried dropping a whole ton of dirt, like near Autumn Twilight, and I just dumped and dumped, and it didn't do anything.
Right. But from what I understand, you need like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I created a giant pyramid under the water, though.
Right. But the bigger the pyramid gets, the more dirt you have to drop in order to raise it just the one more slope or whatever. No, it's in that dip that you're passing. In the dip? Huh.
Like this
Didn't
one?
see it.
This is kind of... Or is there something here somewhere that I'm not seeing?
Yeah, that one already has a tower on it. Maybe it just didn't render because we were too far away. But if it's in that dip, that's actually a really nice spot for an island. Yeah, towards the rift beam. It's just probably not rendering. But that's a really nice spot for an island. Good choice.
Somebody's in our local.
Yeah, I saw a couple people earlier, but where would this piece of person be? On this island?
I don't know. Hello. Cryptic. I mean, we're on Deli, and I'm sure that... I'm not sure how much goes on Deli these days. It used to be really busy.
Let's see, how many people are on here now? /who? 41 is actually not bad for one of the smaller servers, I think.
Yeah. It used to be closer to 100 and something, and I think when it got to about 120, yeah, it was pretty full.
Yeah. full as in like too many people on this small server?
I don't know if it's too many people. I still thought that there was a lot of space. It was just not a lot of land by the water. It was pretty well taken. But every now and then you can find one. It was like a hunt for the deed that's about to fall, so you can take it over.
I wonder how long it. I wonder how Deli compares to the other servers, the other small servers, in terms of population.
I don't know.
But 41 is a pretty
I always loved
good
Deli.
number.
I loved the idea that it was big enough to have all sorts of different places to go and feel like you're really traveling really far, but small enough that you could kind of know everything that was going on, and it wouldn't take you like days to get to the other side of the server. You could go visit friends. We had friends out to the south and to the north, and we could actually visit them. If somebody was on the other side of Xanadu and they're like, well, just come on by.
Right.
No, pretty much not gonna happen.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'd love
That's
to,
true,
but
If you met somebody on Deli, just through the chat or whatever, then getting to their place was not a big deal. Like, how long would you say it would take to take a horse and go from one side of the server to the other side?
not that long.
Yeah, like 20 minutes, a half hour maybe at
Oh, like
most,
an
depending on
hour.
how fast your horse.
I think
You think an hour?
Maybe. Like an hour, yeah.
Okay.
But like only an hour.
Right. And then we went from our Labyrinth to like Linton area, and that took an hour. And that's only between two of the starter deeds, basically.
Right. So, I always wanted to ask this question of basically all Wurmians.
Oh, okay.
So what kind of player are you? Are you the type that would learn about a skill before attempting it yourself? Or would you jump in to the skill without reading anything about it, just because you love the idea of it, and learn it on your own in the game? And then later, kind of fill in the gaps with what's on, like, the forums and stuff about it. Basically, do you like to do research before you try something?
I think for me, I'm. That's a hard one. I don't know. I probably am the type of person to try it out for myself, like initially, but then quickly go to the research.
So basically research.
I'm basically research in the sense that, but I probably wouldn't start the research until
Look at that bear.
until I started it on my own. You know what I mean? Like I kind of need a framework, because if I go do research and read and read and read without any experience with it, what I'm reading doesn't tend to like stick. But if I try out a few things first myself, like a good example would be the cooking system. So the cooking system was so daunting for me to get into. And I tried reading a couple things, but I couldn't understand it. So I went to the oven and just put some stuff in and tried it out just to see what happens, and the lore system and see how that worked first for a little bit. And then I went and read more, and what I read after that made a lot more sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I completely
definitely
came to this village. It looks completely different.
Right. We've been here many times before.
So, I mean, looks like Stardog's on your side. Stardog plays for immersion and escape from everyday life. So you would do the research first and see if the skill is right for when you would actually want to do it. But Catnip's on the other side. Catnip's a jumper for sure. Just jumps right in. Doesn't even think about it. Morpheus, it's kind of a mix, so jump in when you get really excited about something, learn by example, and then go and do research second. So yeah, you're definitely a jumper. Right. Yeah, I wonder how that mix is in Wurm. So like, how many people are on one side, how many people are on the other side, and depending on the answer to that question, would that affect how the developers should create features for this game?
So what do you mean by that?
Would it change the way they would implement a new profession, for example, or a new, like, should that answer to that question affect how they develop this game?
I'm not sure if it should affect it, only because if you're making a new skill and you want it to be sort of appropriate for everybody or a good amount of people, then you need that skill to accommodate for both types.
How do you accommodate for both types?
Well, it needs to be easy enough to start. So you should have a general idea in the game how to begin. And then along the way, there should be things that give you feedback on whether you're doing it, well or not, or give you hints as to what you might try as well. And that should be built into the system. A good example of this is how in cooking the lore function works. I don't know if you've seen this, the lore function.
No, I haven't.
So this is the method that they use to make it so that you can discover new recipes. So you put a couple ingredients into a container, like a frying pan, for example, and you right click and do lore, and it tells you maybe you should try to add more, and then it'll say something, meat or whatever. Maybe you should add something. And so you try adding something, and then it says maybe if you try adding like a vegetable. So you add a vegetable, and then it says this will now make a such and such.
Does that then get added to your recipe?
Yeah. So once you make the item, then it adds to your cookbook recipes, right?
Do you feel like that system could be taken for all other professions? Like, would you be against get rid of the way it is now? I can't see anything that I can create other than some basic stuff. And then you have to learn it. You have to discover it somehow.
I am not sure. I'm not sure if I'd like that. I mean...
And why?
You might find some people who like that. The people who are going to like that are the ones who are the jumpers. Like the ones who don't want to research. They don't want to look at anything outside of the game.
Why would
they just
that
want to try
stop the research?
Because,
Because people that do discover will write about it, and then the researchers will read what they wrote about it.
That's true. You're right.
Oh my god, I think I see a small glimpse of what used to be Autumn Twilight.
See it.
This is like the saddest moment ever. I don't know what to say. That's it right there. That's the
hey, that's our
guard tower that we freaking made. It's like the only thing there.
Well, we haven't gotten close enough to see everything rendering. It looks like somebody put a mine entrance though. that we didn't used to have there. I wonder if somebody deeded over there. They probably did. It's a very good prime spot.
I mean, somebody deeded to the left. Look at that.
Wow.
Somebody built a nice little place over there, and there wasn't really. Was there anything over there? That's where.
That used to be Brash's spot.
Really? Oh yeah, maybe yeah.
Yeah, because there's the space in between that used to be Summer Flame. Look at that, somebody put a boat mine there, eh?
Oh my god.
And there's a nice little house up top there.
Somebody put a house where we put the castle. That's what it looks
So
like.
Drakeling responds with, if I don't have any idea of how to at least get started with something, then I'll look into it. I'll play around with new things once I have a basic idea of it. But I also really like doing more research on it. But sometimes if I can't find the information I'm looking for, then I end up testing things out for myself. A lot of how I learned how to play was doing lots of research initially. Yes, lots of research. My opinion as well. Yeah, look at this place.
Did somebody dig down what we dug up? Yeah.
Yeah, somebody
Right
dug
here.
it all down.
This used to be the where the Colossus were.
Hmm.
The
Yes, you can
Colossi.
see it. They didn't dig it down that far.
Yeah, they didn't dig it down
You can
that
see
far,
it.
but
It's where you raise the land there.
ooh, excuse me. And then they dug all the way down there and created their boat mine.
Nice. Let's get out.
And
I wanna
all that's left.
park our boat.
Wink's Regret. It's still called of Wink's Regret. Winks was the character that Electress made to play next to us.
Okay, so I crossed the server. You know how it says like merchants won't come with you or whatever
Yeah.
as you're crossing the server? So I guess those merchant contracts that I had on the other server are no longer in my inventory.
Right.
But then a personal merchant contract's in my inventory. Like outside of all my bags and stuff now. So I'm wondering, was that... So I had 4 merchant contracts. One of them I didn't place on Xanadu. The other 3 are placed. So one of the merchant contracts didn't have a trader. So when I cross over, is this that same merchant contract? Or is this a merchant contract that was left on Deli when I left a long time ago?
We'll never know the answer to that.
Yeah. When I manage it, it's like a brand
Unless we
new
go
one.
back.
Like I haven't not placed. Okay, let's...
So what do we see here?
Wow.
All that's left. All that's left is this guard tower that I created.
Mm-hmm.
And it still has of Wink's Regret. Let's see who actually finished it.
The Menhir of Pain is still here.
Feyran 506 is engraved in a metal plaque. And the quality's down to 38. Man, I must have got that to 80 or something.
Interesting.
And this pillar thing is still here, and it has in Factional Fight.
Yes, the Menhir of Pain.
These
That was
helped.
not...
So you know how you if you double click it, so double click it, and
Yes.
look who built it.
Yes.
Me, 210.
Are we on a deed? Is this a deed? No. This is a land of Wurm.
This is not a deed either. Wow, it looks completely open.
Deed, yeah. Let's walk up here.
I remember all of the olive trees that used to be
Somebody,
here.
they
Wow, they terraformed it all up. And
terraformed it all up. Yeah.
I actually love these stairs.
Yeah.
Not stairs. What am I saying? I love the road.
Yeah, it's nice looking. Big and grandiose. Nightweave,
It's a
man.
lot of space.
We
I feel
enter
like Nightshade made a
Minwood.
house almost exactly like this. Very similar, anyway. I love
Okay,
this
so
house. Wow.
Minwood starts here. Yeah, this is a nice house. There's a deed. Oh, a little gnome. It's one of the green hat gnomes.
Do you think that's one of our gnomes? No, we didn't have a green
No.
hat gnome.
The green hat
'Cause we
gnomes
were-
were released long after we went to Xanadu, and Rolf made them like a one-time, like you buy them from online. You go online, you pay, I think it was 10 euros for a gnome, and you get a gnome.
A champion dog. I haven't seen one of those in so long. They're bigger than a horse. That's awesome. You should be able to ride champion dogs.
Yeah. Remember when we used to breed champion dogs? Way back when they used to have the old model?
Those were awesome.
Yeah.
An aged tortoise.
So the person who owns the deed is Caridwin. Caridwin.
Oh,
And there is...
Don't hit
it
the
is
tortoise.
part of an alliance, and a ton of deeds are in the alliance. Capital is Midgard.
I did not realize tortoises are naturally, KOS.
What are tortoise? Oh yes, they are.
Hmm.
And the mailbox has a 100 cast on it. That's nice. Can we go explore the house? No. Closed.
Aw. But that makes sense. But
Mhm.
oh.
Yeah. It looks like somebody's doing work over here, eh? To the left of the
It's
house.
like a really nice house.
There's dirt piles.
Decorated. Dirt piles. So somebody's here.
Somebody's here. Let's see if there's any decay on them. No decay, and they are... Let's see what quality. So there's some 70 quality dirt here, but it looks like they're using a skiller because there's a lot of low quality dirt.
So out of everything that we created, only the guard tower and that epic pillar thing is left. How does that make
those-
you feel?
So you know, like the pathway that we had way up behind the castle,
Yes.
and then you put hedges.
Yeah.
Weren't those the halfway hedges that you put up there, like the camellia?
Yes.
So they are now maple hedges. Somebody went and switched all that.
That's interesting. That would have. Well, I guess it doesn't take as long to get rid of a hedge these days.
Nah.
But the path is still there.
Looks like I'm trying to see if I can get up there.
Now, if we're getting that far, should we go and get our horses?
Ah, yes. Let's do that. Get our horse.
Even like all of the pavement is gone.
How does it make you feel?
Oh, it's painfully sad.
Yeah. It is a little bit sad.
This looks like really nice and kind of epic, kind of like it basically looks like a giant manor next to the water, like a villa.
Yeah.
It's not like a.
You know what? Maybe it looks like somebody's, starting their place up here. Maybe at one point or another it will become an epic grounds again. It does feel a little empty, like all down near the coast. Where we used to have all our like little shops and buildings and inns, and
Yeah.
we got a ton of stuff. Okay, we need to care for our animals right away.
All right. Let's do one.
Wait, where's the other animal? Are they both here?
I forgot how to unload an animal. Oh, is there an animation of you pulling?
I don't know.
Yeah, there is.
Trying to move it so I can see which one is which. Am I doing an animation?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it. It looks pretty cool, actually. Okay, it's enough pulling. Hopefully the cages are okay. So Ebony North is.
That's awesome.
So I believe the way to do it is to right-click the horse.
Do we have to unlock it?
No.
We were told, and we did it on the...
Yeah, we did it, and I...
That's right. We always forget
use a rope.
to use the rope.
The rope on the
Same
horse.
exact thing that we did last time.
Open the container, use... there it is.
Care for.
And care for.
Okay, cared for. Doesn't have the branding, so we have to...
Bring the...
lead.
Where is the equipment? Did you...
I have it. But where?
And did the wagon have those rafts in it still? Yeah, and you were able to load the wagon with the rafts, or did you have to empty the wagon?
You're talking about the cart, and yes.
The cart, not the wagon.
And I could load it all together.
All together, interesting. Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to take my inferior horseshoes. Gear. Oh, I should really repair, shouldn't I?
Huh, so you're able to... Oh, you had to tame it.
Yep.
Okay.
That's 2, that's 3, and that's 4.
Is there a way to remotely untame something?
Do you want the gear?
I do want the gear. Do need to tame my horse. So I'm going to...
So, yeah, I'll just give it to you. Yeah. I love how you can see inside of the mine, even from fairly far away. Very nice mine.
Yeah, I wonder if it goes somewhere.
What did we do underneath? Do you remember?
What did we have
I
underneath?
thought we had a fairly decent mine, and we even did we had a whole tunnel underneath. Where was that?
We had a pretty large mine.
We created a
I
tunnel
remember
underneath the whole place.
it was remember Electress
Mm-hmm.
came over and she did her magic with our mine.
That's right.
I learned so much about making mines from her. Okay, there is a way to untame a horse, I'm pretty sure. By managing... direct clicking is helping me out here.
That's it, huh?
So, manage animals. Venerable... Huh. Somehow, I have a horse in here named Greystrong. That's not... Is that horse there or no?
I have a Dahlia Lightning.
You have a Dahlia Lightning. So I have a Greystrong.
There we go. Untamed. Perfect.
That I'm caring for.
Yeah, I got one called Dahlia Lightning I'm caring for. That's pretty cool.
That is hilarious. So I guess that those horses have been alive since we left.
Really? In 2014?
Yeah. So care for really does It
kinda
really
cool.
does
Should
keep them
we,
alive. Yeah, yeah. Part of the you gotta do one thing at a time here.
All right. So should we go with our horses or should we go with the cart?
Let's go with our horses just for now. We'll come back here and put our...
All right. So I'm going to start going because I'm really curious to see a couple things. I want to see what happened to our mine. We did a whole episode about creating like a mine, a tunnel.
Right. I remember that.
I don't know if that still exists.
And that was one of the... Remember we fast forwarded that video.
Yeah.
It was all edited up.
Wonder if they planted these.
But where was the entrance of that
trees.
mine?
Well, they definitely planted those trees.
Huh. They have an ebony black horse named Ebony
Over
Paint.
Here. Okay. So this path that they must have created. So another deed over there. And this kind of ends. Here's the camellia hedges. They destroyed the road. The road's gone.
Oh. Boy,
I
oh
wonder
boy.
if you had to unpave the road.
You know,
But the
here's what I'm
camellia
thinking about
hedges are
this.
still there.
It's like... If... Okay, maybe it's possible that the road just decayed.
No,
Because
not
roads
in
do
this
that.
way.
But...
This is our road. It's
Why
even flat
destroy a
and everything.
road?
It's not. They didn't.
Yeah.
All they did was remove the pavement from it.
Yeah, I see that. Why destroy a road if all you're going to do is leave it like this? Maybe they wanted to isolate themselves and didn't want a path to their
That's what
deed.
it seemed like.
But then there's another road over here.
Over here somewhere.
Oh, it's not a road.
I don't know. Maybe it was here. We built
It's
a
like
little
a-
house, a factional fight house, and then we used
Yeah.
that house in.
It's a newbie.
Well, we used that house in our trailer.
Okay.
The Wurm Online, or the Wurm Unlimited trailer. Maybe it was the Wurm Online trailer.
Right.
Down here,
There's
how
nightshades.
does this still exist? Oh, and look, the road just suddenly appears. Oh, and they extended our mine.
Okay.
So now
So that
instead
deed
of going
there
up
was-
the mountain, they took our mine that we created and made it larger.
See that. Wait,
Oh, but they didn't.
did they make it
reinforce
larger?
the walls. No, maybe they didn't.
I think it was two. I think it was 2 tiles wide always.
I don't really remember.
It does look like there's something happened here. Yeah, it was 2 tiles wide. 100% certain of it. But yes, there is something different here. Some water in this cave now. Huh. Yes, this is our old mine right here. All of the reinforcements are still... Whatever was reinforced before is still there. Somebody has put a whole bunch of beds. And that's the exit. I see. See, very nice exit.
Yeah, I really like that exit.
It does look like they were trying to get it so that they can put their boats and
Yeah.
sail through here. But it doesn't look like they made it. And Interesting.
Sly black bear. It's kind of crazy how it doesn't really look like anything that you put in the mine survived.
Right.
Just absolutely nothing. All these were planted by that person, Caradwin. Okay, so here's a question. How did Nightshade's deed survive?
So it looks like somebody kept it going.
Did somebody buy it and then just kept it going all these years?
Yeah, it looks like it. She must have, you know, sold it.
That's
And the
interesting.
highway system comes right up to here. Stops. Interesting. Interesting. And there's lots of people in local here.
I'm completely
We can talk with the locals. There's a Manic, Orthanus, and Sandworm. Over by Nightshade's deed.
do they look like they work there? Or they live there?
Possible. Possible. Although,
I mean, we
you might remember Nightshade's deed is quite locked down.
I
No way in.
remember going there or making like all the palisades for their deed. I'm not sure if this was extended at all.
Found a Wagoneer on the highway system over here.
Do you think they bought, somebody bought one?
Yeah, that's what must have happened there.
And look at these. That's pretty awesome.
Yes. Colossus. Supreme Colossus.
Nice.
That is beautiful.
I mean, we did a whole bunch of videos out here using specifically this tar patch in our runaway, like, run video. On how
Was
to
it that
get
tar patch?
how to get away from a spider.
Yeah, all those tutorial videos we did were over here.
Wow. Can't believe that this deed just kept going.
It's a nice deed. She put a lot of work into it.
Does it look like it's it doesn't look like, I mean, she made it for farming, but it looks like,
Yeah, it looks like it's still
maybe,
farming.
maybe it is for farming, and I kind of remember it looks almost exactly what it is made for.
Yeah.
Barely any difference other than that building there because of bridges these days. But it does
It's a
mean
little
that
bit
somebody was
different.
creating.
They put all those food storage bins up at the top, and
Looks like
up at the
maybe
top looks like a tree farm, and the animals got extended.
Tree farm's new.
Yeah.
That's crazy. At least there's something that's recognizable. Did the deed name change? That's a question I'd like to know. If I could remember what it used to be called. Yeah, it was definitely not Possum Lodge. So
Yeah.
the name has changed, but the deed really hasn't at all.
So what may have happened is that the deed fell, and somebody redeeded the spot.
That is a possibility too, yeah.
What do you say we take a ride up to Puzzle Plaza,
Yeah, let's do that.
which isn't so far from here?
So where's the road? There used to be a road here.
Yes, so the road is still there. And it looks like they connected the Wagoneer to the highway system. And this road.
There.
Let's see. Find route. I wonder if Puzzle Plaza is still
I
named Puzzle Plaza.
I feel like it's not.
And
Is it?
it is.
No
It
way.
is.
There's a freaking Puzzle
Yes, it
Plaza
is.
still?
And it's 559 tiles away from here.
Wow, not like
Not too
2,000. Like,
No, not 2,500.
that's what I'm used to these days.
Yeah, I know. I do miss living on a small server, I'll be honest. I do miss it.
Look at that. There's the road. Yeah, it's still a road. That looks the same.
I wonder if we'll find a sign that says something like "To Autumn Twilight" that has been planted by Feyran 5 years
It's been
ago.
so long, it doesn't look like it.
We did have quite a few random signs posted here and there.
Like somebody planted birch forest. Oh no, there was always a birch forest here.
We did have a deed up here to the left somewhere, up against the mountain range.
I'll say hello, local.
Was that one called Winter's Night?
Yes, it was.
That
Yes,
was the
it
one.
was.
The Green Tunnel.
Blackbird, the Green Tunnel. I remember the Green
And-
Tunnel. This
And
is the way, isn't
Blackbird.
it?
No.
It's not the way?
No, that's not the way. Blackbird was, or is, a really good friend of ours, Deed.
Wait,
I wonder if that's still there.
really?
Blackbird.
I gotta see it. There was never a road like this
No, there was never a road to this
leading to
way.
our deed.
No. Why is the name slipping my mind? Why is her name slipping?
Start with an L.
Oh,
Ooh, look
Did
at
it?
that.
God. This is...
Sand does look really nice.
I do
These days.
apologize for forgetting. For it has been quite a long time. I am looking through my friends list now. Elizabeth, you were right.
Elizabeth. Yeah, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
Oh my god. She's still here.
Yeah?
It
course
says
she is.
Elizabeth's Stronghold.
She would
Yeah.
never let her deed fall. Not like, yeah.
We used to just run up and
It
down
looks-
this area to get to. She locks it down like crazy. It's exactly the same
Yeah,
deed.
but it's exactly the same. Yeah, it looks exactly the same to me.
She get
This
rid of
little
my,
pathway here.
She locked me out. No.
And her alligator pen, which has no alligators in it.
There's her alligator.
She
pen, yeah.
she is a breeder. She has animals up the wazoo. Oh, there is an alligator in here.
Where
It is a venerable, starving, fierce crocodile. It is starving.
Oh.
Elizabeth, come feed your crocodile.
I can't believe that the place is still up. I wonder if
Yep.
she actually still plays. Yeah, look at this place.
Mhm.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah, I
At
remember.
least something's never changed, eh? What's this? Yeah, she was super nice.
Super nice.
She's definitely a breeder. I remember them building this house when I don't know, when multi-story was kind of a thing. A new
Revnik
thing.
asked, "Are you all moving back to Deli?"
We are currently exploring our past,
Yes.
and
We are not.
don't know how that will affect us while we're here.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. I don't think that I want to move back to Delhi.
as Adam says that at the beginning of our journey. And we'll give you a clearer answer by the end.
Yeah, we're not 100% sure. But
we just passed the spot where you had a deed for a brief while. Where exactly did you have a deed for a brief while?
somewhere in this area.
So I remember... Oh, somebody must have just recently chopped down all of those trees.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. This looks very fresh.
Very fresh.
And the person is,
hanging out over here?
yeah, they're the ones making the noise. Or Thanos.
Yeah.
Brimstone. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Tell them that they have a nice place. So up the hill a little before you went to the green tunnel, yeah.
Okay, so let's keep going. We'll make our way to Puzzle Plaza, and I think take a look around there and call it a night at some point. Things have changed
like
here
a good project.
for sure.
Where did you go?
I just went down the road a little bit. Not too far. It looks like Orthanus has a really nice spot. Really nice spot. No, it's not on the water, but it's close enough to the water. And it's right at this crossroads here. Oh, you're way up ahead of me now. Now this pathway,
doing the wave, I just sneak up behind them and tickle them and watch their characters spin around trying to find me.
This pathway, if you remember,
yeah,
on our very first video, was it our first one or our second one? It might have been the first one we recorded, but the second one we actually released. The one where we got on new players, new characters, and we just started walking from Green Dog. This is the path that we took, this road right here.
Really?
We came out here and this is what, like, just up ahead, we ran into a wildcat. And nearly died.
Let's take a look. You said Puzzle Plaza.
Wait a minute, this doesn't... Right. Maybe it wasn't here. This is very different. This is the green tunnel. We're back at the green tunnel. So never mind. Wasn't that road.
What was the place called? The Puzzle Plaza?
You can find it in the drop-down menu. But it's definitely down the road this way a little bit.
Puzzle Plaza Market, that's what it was called.
Ah, there it is. Wow, look at this road. This looks really cool. Come down here.
Battle Pants is in local. There's a name.
Is he?
a name we haven't heard in a long time. Ha ha ha, that's a nice.
Look at that
awesome
road.
looking road.
So this is totally different. I
Yeah,
do
that's
not know where I
that's
am
not
right
how
now.
it looked at all before.
And it's saying to go this way, but do you remember how like there was a tunnel that led to Puzzle Plaza, and on the other side of that tunnel was this deed that fell?
Yeah.
And it was just like a rotting deed, and it was like that for as long as we lived on Deliverance.
I don't
Badly
remember this at
decayed,
all.
but about the same mass of market stalls. I wonder if he's talking to us.
He is. I just said we're gonna head to Puzzle Plaza Market and see how it looks, and then Battle Pants said, badly decayed.
I see. See.
The same.
Does that
Anyways,
mean
I can't
that?
believe it's still there.
But yeah, I mean, somebody has this deed there, right? Somebody is holding the deed. I mean. Wow! Look at this mine.
How are you? Okay, what the heck happened here? Did Battle Pants happen here? Is this what's going on?
This looks amazing.
Sounds like it's.
Is that the hell horse sound?
Fire! What is that?
Oh no!
Copper
What are we
stills.
looking at?
So what are copper stills exactly, and how have I never heard them before? About them before?
So copper stills are the things to do brewing, to brew the alcohol.
Oh, okay. Why are they shining like crazy?
Of eagle. Are these the statues you can get from Archaeology?
I think so. This is our first look, I think.
Yeah.
Statue of an eagle. Statue of Warg. Hell horse. Yes, those are the three that are here. Holy Christ. There's a couple here. Statue of Libella. Slate statue. Marble statue of foe.
Oh, it must, because look at this. It's like we got to divert ourselves this way.
Yeah. This is pretty cool.
This is really
One
cool.
place goes that way. And one goes this way up this guy.
So you remember somebody was asking about the ceiling height, right? Like they were saying, is it still so limiting how, you know, the ceiling limit? Because they were probably really upset that they couldn't make mine ceilings high enough. But like how high do you need it to go? Look at the, like, are you building stuff like this? Because this is amazing. This looks like a dwarf fortress for sure.
Yeah, somebody did a lot of work here.
Awesome. Nicely decorated too. Here's another statue I've never seen before. It's the statue of Magrenon, a marble statue of Magrenon.
This just brought us back to the green tunnel.
Marble statue of foe. Slate statue of Libella. So does that mean that the archaeology statues can come out different materials?
Possibly. Why not?
Like randomly. Is that? But did you see how like the statue of the eagle, the statue of the eagle wasn't like marble statue of eagle or slate matte statue of eagle. It was just statue of eagle.
That's true.
So maybe the deity statues come out differently.
Anyway, that was pretty much the best cave deed I've seen.
Yeah. This is definitely super impressive.
Yep.
No, it's a set material.
Puzzle Plaza, this direction. Mature slow crocodile. I think I'll beat a mature slow crocodile.
Ooh, Battle Pants is offering me a barrel of moonshine.
Nice. Remember when was it Battle Pants that you got to hit a vein like 100 times or something, and you paid to hit like an who did you get to do that?
That was ping pong.
Oh, that was ping pong. Okay, so
The Battle Pants
was
did help.
was a CA or something,
Here.
right? Is he still?
Don't
I don't
know.
remember.
So, I can remind you, Battle Pants did help me out with some high quality ore now and then. He lived nearby us. He was the one who lived on that island deed nearby,
Okay.
Twilight. And he was the one who owned the deed that held that Impelon that we talk about all the time.
Nice.
So that's Battle Pants. He might have been a CA, but not... Is he in CA? No, he's not anymore for sure.
This is really
What was
confusing. I'm
everything
just like following the
you said
signs,
something.
trying to get.
Yeah,
to,
I'm following the signs too. This is the green tunnel. You're right. Somebody did a lot of work here.
Yeah, it definitely did not look like this at all. And it's really confusing these days, it looks like.
Battle Pants back in the day when we were fresh new characters, he was like a guru at the time. You know, he was what we all aspired to become. He had
still aspire to be Battle Pants.
He still had his Venora. He had a Venora priest that was super high, and he was a high skilled blacksmith.
Well, I'm getting really excited as we get closer and closer.
Well, I think that it might be a big disappointment, unfortunately.
What do you think? Do you think it will look exactly the same but decaying? Or do you think somebody is built on it, took the deed, and like... Or are we going to find our old house, like, to the side that we used to live in?
I am not sure at all.
Hey, first somebody completed one of those spirit things. It was Neem, and he did it all himself.
Nice.
Remember
Neem.
the name Neem. Wow. Okay. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, this was the extension to it. Wow, it's dead.
They
There's not a
destroyed...
single...
Look at this. The Labyrinth of Eternity. That's what we called it. This was an entrance to the Labyrinth of Eternity. And you would... That was supposed to be the entrance, and you're supposed to come up here. And all of the walls are gone. That's wonderful.
Everything, yes. You had to go into a mine to get into it. I remember that.
Look at my labyrinth.
And
it's
all of this is not on the deed, so they must have shrunk it to...
They shrunk the deed and this all rotted. Look what didn't rot.
Like...
The second half of the deed of the labyrinth.
Oh, right. The part that they have to go through the olive tree forest.
All of this part, and I even made... Oh, that's funny. All of this part was just a half of the labyrinth, and it was just tall stone walls.
Look at all these mine doors.
So many. And you can understand why it was so hard to keep up. It was so hard to keep up this labyrinth because there's so many mine doors, and each one would just rot away, and I'd have to keep putting more on like every month. There was just no way to keep that up.
Look at this. Look how shallow Deli is. Like the slope up to the land.
It was always like around 40.
50, yeah, 40 or 50.
To like 60,
you just dig
I don't know.
50 down, and you hit rock, and you just clear it off. So we're
That's
on
what we just thought was
Xanadu.
normal. I don't know.
Yeah, we're over on Xanadu, and we're like, okay, let's do the same thing. And we did. We had to clear about the same area as this, eh? It's about the same
Yeah.
area, but the difference was that the depth was more like 120.
Look at this. I wonder if this is still the same. Is this still the same maze that I made?
Very possible.
This is yeah, this must be very similarly designed maze that I made.
And you remember the tombstone-looking hill over
We're
there?
right next to this rift thing.
Yeah,
Just
it's
right
in the
there.
desert.
Yeah, the
It's in the
desert.
desert.
So we made that desert.
Yeah. Zalafir.
Yeah, Zalafir.
And who else was here with us? Snoo. Remember Snoo? Now, it's not the same as Snoo who currently owns.
This was the one that I made. This was the so I created this area, and the olive trees used to be much larger.
Yeah.
So they would obscure the path. They would actually block you
Right.
from making it to the next area, and you couldn't quite see where you had to go. And then I guess
Then you pop out and you're
not here, that's for sure.
This used to be the church.
Yeah. I
With the
remember
three
building
gods.
these 3 gods. We
Remember?
built all the gods for its time.
Yeah. 3 gods.
Love that, guys. Any plans on anything as intricate in the works? Well,
Yeah. Yeah, we'll pump out
guess-
another one next week.
I guess there's the labyrinth. I guess there's puzzle labyrinth.
You know, it's a good thing that we kept it so low key, because people would have probably been so like, when is it going to be done, guys? When is it going to be done? That thing took us 4 years to complete. So if anything were in the works, you could check back in 4 years from now.
This was the
Yeah,
end
here's
of this labyrinth.
Here's the rift right here.
Yeah, the rift right here. So then this used to be all forest, and we created this whole desert, just man-made.
Right.
So this is a man-made desert. This right here, what we're on, used to be a champion zoo.
Champion
it was
zoo.
created by Snoo.
Snoo. Well, I think he's still around on a character named Spite.
Oh. And that was before they reduced the size of the champions.
The Snoo character was a very old character that he had purchased, and I think he sold it back to the original owner. And down here was where his deed was, across the road, which is now completely overgrown.
Is there any way to know when a rift will actually take place? This is the closest I've ever been to one, by the way. So I'm just going to take advantage of this. Wow. I know
You'll
you've
take
been to
that as a
one.
yes. Yeah.
I got my achievement to investigate the rift.
Ah. Interesting.
And then an adolescent brown bear tried to kill me.
There is a way to know, but I think it's based on Twitter feeds.
Slash rift.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Slash rift works.
The rift is
43
on
hours.
its 0 wave of out of 3. The wave
But in the
0% complete. Rift
event window,
Yeah.
it says 43 hours.
43 hours. All right. I don't know if we're going to be here in 43 hours. When is exactly 43 hours?
Well, 48 hours is exactly 2 days from now. So it would be 5 hours before now. Ish. 2 days
5
from
hours before now. So let's say it's almost 11 o'clock for us. 10, 9, 8.
So
7,
6.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on a Sunday?
Could I play at 6 o'clock on a Sunday?
Huh.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So one thing I want to talk about the desert was that it was as far as I remember, fairly controversial. The fact that we made it.
Do remember that.
I don't remember why it was so controversial. I think the
I
people
remember
that lived
why.
around there just didn't want a desert.
Right. That's exactly why. People didn't like the idea of a desert being put in their forest.
And I mean, it ended up being like an amazing desert, and it spawned a whole bunch of it. Always spawned so many like scorpions.
Right,
and
that
stuff.
was the original idea.
The idea was
The
to
idea.
bring like a combat area or like a fighting area.
Yeah, an area that spawned aggressive mobs that could be used for hunting, and it worked. Like, make this desert, and all of a sudden, scorpions spawned, and crocodiles spawned, and yeah.
So the fact that a whole lot of the labyrinth that we created here is still kind of there and not touched.
Do you remember Moncton Clown?
Moncton Clown and who did he play with? They just lived
Wasn't
down the
it-
street from here.
Wasn't it Neem? Neem was the other guy.
That's a possibility.
Am I remembering
because
that
they
right?
shrunk Puzzle Plaza, our house is no longer here.
Right.
This
This
was our house.
It makes sense to shrink it. I totally don't blame them for that. Zalafir made an absolutely insane sized deed.
This was exactly our house. We put these wooden planks on the ground. We put this.
Yeah. And the
This
deed
is
went all the way
where-
down to here too. He extended it like super far, and it had like a
It was
13
really far.
silver. This is our mine. This is right here. This was our mine. It's all
So something
reinforced.
funny about this place is that we had right here was our stables, and twice in like the matter of days. So the first time, so we log in and they did an update, and the update was bugged in the sense that fences didn't stop animals from, like, animals would go through the fences. It was like this big bug. Everybody's animals left their cages, and this was where ours was. This is where all of our animals were here. And because fencing didn't do anything, all of our animals decided they're gonna start walking up this mountain. So we come in and we're like, where's our animals? And we look up and they're like walking up this mountain, and we couldn't save any of them. We're like look how steep that is. So we went on like a day mission around this mountain somewhere. I don't even remember how we got up. And I had to go up there and find all of our horses. Get them all back, bring them all the way around. And remember, you could only, at the time, we only knew how to bring back a few at a time.
Yeah.
We
So
didn't
all
have
this
these
enchanted
one-offs.
grass, was this ours? We made this.
That was
eh?
ours. We made this.
Yeah.
And then, so we get all the animals back, and like a day later, same thing happens again. they screwed up the patch again, and all of our animals went up again, and we had to spend all that day getting them down a second time.
Yeah.
That's
My
what I
friend just
remember in
linked me
this
to
area.
your stream. I didn't know you guys were the Factional Fight Bros. Ha! Orthanis. Hey, Orthanis, how's it going?
Oh, hey, Orthanis. Yeah,
So Orthanis was the guy building the deed over there.
that's right. Yeah, we were that's where we used to. What's hitting me? Rat. That's where we used to. I mean, hang out all the time. Right,
Yeah, this
right near
is
where
our
you
stomping
were
ground.
building.
Yep.
So Puzzle Plaza, we helped build Puzzle Plaza.
Yep.
That's kind of why we wanted to go there. And before, we built Autumn Twilight, which was really close to where you're building right now.
You remember this house was like a hodgepodge. So this house you built right after they introduced multi-story.
That's right.
Multi-story came out and you're like, okay, just gonna build right here.
This
and
is
you
the house that we had,
right.
and we just
You built it like it in a way that you were just what you were trying to do was like break multi-story. You were trying to do everything you possibly could do, you know, like breaking ground, like breaking floors and seeing if you can get weird stuff to go on.
it was a cool little house.
Yeah, and in the end it just looked like a hodgepodge of everything.
I put like an incomplete, I don't know what it was, like one of the boats up on the top. Just to like hold it there. It was pretty cool.
You know, what I'm finding interesting is that there's not a single merchant.
And this whole it's just an empty
one.
It's just an empty plaza these days, eh? I remember this was
I found one.
This was completely full.
It's named Newbie Gear. And you can buy 50 copper stuff off of it. Or 50 quality stuff. Who owns this? Men Yet.
Men Yet. Wow. Anyway, this was puzzle parking. We did this as well. Thank you very much for that follow.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Arthanis.
You know, this building here, this Puzzle Plaza building, used to house the trader. And one thing Zalafir did was put a public trader right here.
Oh, we had a perplexed pillow. Everything is sort of still kind of here.
My guess is that the person who owns the deed here, or somebody at some point, built this building around the trader that used to be here.
That
must have.
Yeah, no, there's no
no windows. It's
no
a 3x3.
3x3.
Right on that tile.
That's a trader house.
That's a trader house if I've ever seen one.
Now that traders are useless. Not useless, but
they're not that useless, but they definitely used to be way more useful.
That is a trader house. Wow.
Due to poor business, I have moved on. Thank you for your time, Merchant Susie.
Oh man.
I used to have my merchant right over here somewhere.
From what I remember, wasn't your merchant in this corner? Like way in this corner, no?
Which corner are you?
Like near our house. Where our house used to be. No?
No.
Okay,
I
wrong.
was somewhere close to the main entrance. So as you're coming in the main entrance from the desert area, my guy was just on the left.
So like you were somewhere here.
It was the second one in or something like that. It's like something in here.
So this is where we would have gone. How crazy. Just like the amount of market stalls and knowing that it was like pretty much full at one point.
It was full. Every single one of these ones were full, so like it was chock full
Life
that eventually the next they had to make this extra area over here.
Redeems
Redeems
high enchant tools. That wasn't redeemed the character that Nightshade owned?
Yep.
Yeah, that was her merchant.
Her
gear.
super uber priest.
Yeah.
That priest was, yeah. I'd like to
fairly
know what
insane.
kind of stats are on that priest right now, but
Every
back
sign
then,
seems backwards.
I think she got her priest up to about, it was something
Merchants.
insane, like her soul depth, the soul depth that she grinded onto that thing must, I think she got it to 85 or something like that. 85 soul depth. Back when we all thought soul depth did something.
Here's a sign. 5-speed horses. PM Moncton Clown.
Ah, Moncton Clown.
Moncton Clown. All these names, and they're all like here in ghost form.
Mm-hmm. It's
Does
the mark
Nightshade
that you
not
can put
play
on.
anymore. So
What?
here's the thing about Nightshade, as far as I know. So the last time I talked to her, she had moved in real life, and then
Yeah.
so in the game she was known to be a farmer eventually. Like she was a big farmer, a farmer and a cloth tailor. That was her two big things, and she was really good at both. And so she had like some life-changing thing happen. She moved to a completely different place in the States, and she happened to move onto a real farm. So the last thing I talked to her about was that she's now kind of like a real farmer and doesn't need Wurm to simulate farming anymore. So, and I think at that point she moved on.
Yeah,
And became like
she
a
basically
farmer
said
in
to
real
me-
life.
Yeah, she basically said to me, "I'm playing Wurm in real life now."
Yeah, and that was it. That was the last we
Yeah.
ever heard of her.
Yeah.
So I
She
don't know,
eventually
good for her,
sold.
I guess.
I do recall she came on for a little bit, maybe a year or two ago, and she was packing up things. She had made a new deed on Xanadu, if you remember that.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, she made a new deed on Xanadu, started up the whole farming thing again. Didn't play for that long, but enough to get the whole deed all finished and farming going. But then she ended up not having enough time to play. Sold everything. She sold her character, she sold her priest, she sold everything.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So somebody has the redeemed priest sign. It's floating around.
that's kind of crazy. This is just, I don't know. This is just overwhelming.
Hey,
To the fact
hey, this
that
I know this this mailbox here.
that is the same mailbox that was there. I remember
It's the
it.
same mailbox. I remember this mailbox. It has Zalafir's signature on it.
Salafir's signatures on
So
it.
my memory of this mailbox was
Oh,
Zalafir trying to get a cast higher than 98. He would stand in front of this with his faux priest for I don't know how many, like every day he would cast on this mailbox, trying to get that cast to go higher than 98. That's my
never
memory
did
of
it, I
this
guess.
mailbox. Never did. Never
did.
got it. One day I'm
Nice.
gonna get 100. He casted on that thing so
Oh,
many
man.
times.
That is funny.
And the this is Neem. Neem made
Yep.
this. I'm trying to remember if Neem was Neem the guy who lived with Moncton Clown.
I'm pretty sure Zally got Neem to come here to help build this place with us.
No, don't remember that. I remember Neem taking over this place afterwards.
And I
was
remember
Neem who-
Moncton moved, was living down here somewhere,
Yeah. He moved?
along with somebody else. Well, I don't know if he plays anymore. It was a long time ago.
I wonder
And
who
I
owns Puzzle
remember
Plaza.
that he was also a Canadian.
Right, Moncton Clown was.
Moncton Clown was Canadian. He lived out
Yes.
at the time in the east part, and he was what do they call the people? The electrician. He was electrician for like TV shows. The gaffer.
Yeah,
it was some name
his
like that.
his play schedule was very odd in the sense that he would have months at a time where he can play forever, and then months at a time he's gone.
Yeah.
Come back.
And this
I wonder
was
if
his
he.
place. All gone.
I wonder if he comes back. Is it gone? Oh,
Everything's gone here.
it got quite impressive.
Yeah, this place was crazy.
He had a building that went over this road. Is that gone too?
Everything's gone. And yeah, that's Puzzle Plaza, Brutus. We are back. Mookton, that was the place. The Colossus of Mookton is still here. Our Colossus.
Well, I know where I'm going to go.
Gone. Where did our Colossus go? Did somebody destroy it?
Can you destroy a
Both
Colossus?
the ones at Autumn Twilight are gone.
I know where
Mookton
we're going to
is
be
still sitting
archaeologying. Mookton. That's an old deed.
Yeah.
And it was here for a long time.
I'm definitely
It was
going to
here
do
when
that here.
we started playing. It was definitely here when we started playing. And it was definitely here
It's
long
gone.
after we left Deli. And now it's gone, and it's been gone for probably a long time.
Source
So this is,
fountain.
if there was a deed to do archaeology on,
This would be it. Yeah.
it's Mookton. And it's huge too. Huge.
You know what? I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed. We've journeyed from Xanadu, went all the way back to our old stomping ground, found basically nothing left of Autumn Twilight. Somebody did create a very nice manor there. It looked very nice. And the only two things left of Autumn Twilight, of all that work, was that guard tower that we made of what is the kingdom called?
Mulrahan.
Yeah, Mulrahan. And that epic pillar that I made. What are those things called?
Did you make that?
Yeah. I put 100% of the items in it.
Did you name it?
It had our factional fight name on it.
Right. So, but it's called a Menhir of Pain.
Yeah, you don't name it. They just it gives it its name when you complete it. And I had to create it inside of a mine because that's the only place you could create it, and then push it out.
Do you still does the game still give you the option to make these things? Menhir of Pains?
Feel like it, yeah. That's not what they're actually called.
Right, that's not what they're actually called. They're called pillars, aren't they? Something like that.
But they change, like the name changes when you create it. Like it gives it a name.
Weird. I've never seen another one like it.
I'm pretty sure it's called Foundation Pillar. So if you look up
Foundation.
Foundation Pillar, that's what I made. And then when I finished it, they gave it that name.
Right. I've never seen another one like it.
Well, I'm never really looking, and they look exactly like regular pillars. So
Right.
yeah,
They're part of the mission.
they're part of
System.
the epic mission system.
So every so often, one of the missions will be gather around the Menhir of Pain, and what is it?
Yeah.
Pray or meditate or something.
You had to, like, two people had to activate it at the same time or something like that.
Right. And that completed the mission.
Anyway,
Every so often we'd see the mission and it was 3 people. You needed 3 people. We would gather Elizabeth or somebody else
Yeah, it
in
was
local and
pretty
say,
cool.
"Hey, come and do it," and we would all get 30 minutes of sleep bonus for completing the mission.
Yeah, they need more of that sort of thing, but more to create items and stuff like that, like
Yeah,
crafting.
more things where you have to say, "Hey, can you come over here because we need you for something?" Like,
Yeah.
all right, let's
Anyway,
start. We gotta head
we
back.
we saw an epic deed.
Ooh,
That was
PPM is in local. PPM is the mayor of Puzzle Plaza currently.
really.
Puzzle Plaza Market. I looked at the
That's
deed
pretty cool.
token.
And they just happened to be here. I don't know. It's cool that it's still here. The fact that Puzzle Plaza, at least most of it, is still around.
See you later, Stardog. Gonna go play some. Thanks for the stream, gents.
Yeah.
You know, you could
Oh,
always watch and play at the same time. From what I hear, it's the thing to do. At least I do it whenever I'm watching somebody stream and playing at the same time.
So, out of all the places that we wanted to go, Autumn Twilight is gone. But Puzzle Plaza is still around. We know that puzzles was our first ever deed. And we built it next to the Willow Pond area, which, if I look at the map, God, the map looks so different.
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't have this map. Remember?
I don't even know where it is. Would it be here? Somewhere here.
Let me see where you're pointing the cursor.
It's either here or here. Maybe it was here.
No. You see that
This
mountain just to
looks
the
right.
left of where you're circling there? Just to the left?
I think it was
There's
this
a mountain?
place. That
Nope.
makes sense. This makes more sense because we would come down here to the water, which was this lake. And there was clay here somewhere, and then we would journey, we would be dragging our carts because we had no horses. So we would be dragging our carts around this mountain to here to get clay, and then go back around, and this is Willow Pond, this little tiny dot.
I don't think you're right.
And then this side, at this
You
point,
are
I'm
remembering
100% right.
It's not
There's
there.
no other place it could be than here. Because these were like the hilly mountains.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
And then
you know
this
what?
was the giant mountain here on this side, right here. This is where that Summer Flame area was, where we bought that place, and the whole story about the Drakeling and stuff. We bought it here.
You know what? Hey, you know what? You are right. It is up there.
We heard it here first. I'm saying that I am right. No, yeah.
What was the name of that deed that we parked our boat at?
I don't remember.
The Pendleton Derby is still up. That's Battle Pants' place. Pendleton Derby, and there was another deed over it. Port Catnip.
Now I don't remember. Did we go this way? No, wait.
Port Catnip.
If we just go
is,
straight.
If we go straight, what happens? So Port Catnip is Iberis's deed, I think. Iberis.
I bet I could find our way back without
using the
yeah,
waystone.
because there's no highway system this way. This is the way that we should have gone. You know what?
I'm just looking.
Winter's Night would have just been up here. I bet if I go this way, we'll find Winter's Night.
Okay, unless somebody collapsed it. Or wait, I see. You got out. Okay. Right. This. Yes.
This is the way that we.
This
would go.
is the. This is that decayed deed.
That's right.
This is the old decayed deed that was right here. Ah, so yeah, it spun around over there because of that the new development in that
This
tunnel
makes
there.
a lot more sense.
I remember that this deed here. It used to have a house that was decaying, and we would peek in, and it would have all this stuff, and we would wait for that house to decay,
And
so
it
that we
did.
can get
It
it.
did decay,
It did.
and we did get
Finally,
the stuff.
And there was nothing really of value in there.
Huh.
Yes, this is the way to our old Winter's Night.
We had a video where we were creating new characters, and we were going to create a house from the beginning and show people how to terraform. And so that was one of our first videos, and I think we must have just passed it because we're too far now.
Nope. It's near the top of this.
I'm fairly certain we did not have to go up a rock like this to get there.
Well, that could have changed.
Somebody dug this whole place down.
Or maybe it was right. No, well, we definitely terraformed it.
Yeah, we did.
So unless somebody terraformed it away.
Somebody terraformed it away.
But I do recall it was more on a. It got a little bit flat for a little bit, and then it came back down. And we
could be
seated right near the top.
Oh, we're too far.
Think so?
Yeah, looks like it's just gone. That's okay.
It could be. Could be just gone.
I bet it was where that spider.
We can go look over there. I still have hope that it's up here somewhere.
Oh, nothing that I see.
Yeah. Here's something.
Pinewood stall.
Do you see that terraformed area up there?
You think maybe it's that?
This is what? Yes, this is exactly where it was.
Oh my God, this is it. Why are there pinewood stalls here?
See the signatures on it?
We didn't make these stalls.
This is our terraforming job, though.
This is our terraforming job. You're right. Somebody named something IG something. You're right. We were way up here.
How much longer are we going to be streaming? Huh, that's a good question. How much longer?
Yeah, okay,
we are probably done soon. We're just getting all nostalgic about.
There was so much marble in here, and marble had just been introduced into the game, and we came here, and it was like 20 veins.
Right.
20 veins of marble, and we were so excited. We deeded this place, called it Winter's Night, or Winter Night.
Yeah, and then I think after that they changed the redistribution of it all or something.
Yeah,
but I think we still had a ton of marble. We had a ton of marble. We never really mined it out.
We built the mine, and the house was around it, and we have videos to prove that we were here and terraformed.
Yes,
we taught terraforming in a really bad way.
Do you remember that that terraforming video? We're at the very end. We're like, I won't spoil it. You guys should go back and watch that one. I think I'm gonna go back and watch that one too because it was like that was the best ending
or something.
Episode 3 or
what happened in that?
Maybe episode 4, but that was
happened? All right, now I got.
Well, I remember. Yeah, you're gonna have to go watch it. But I remember it started out as a let's just level this place off. It'll be pretty easy. No problem. And then we ran into problem after problem after problem. It just kept getting worse and worse. And by the end of it, we were just like,
it was back here, like the rock just kind of jutted up or something. We had to dig it all down and then surface mine it and then
surface mine it all. Yeah. And then re-drop all the dirt.
I mean, this was before what was it called?
Multi-story?
Multi-story, yeah. So we
Yeah.
created the house as cool as we could.
It was before multi-story. It was before we even deeded Autumn Twilight.
Do we know
Oh, no.
Deli enough
That's not true.
to find Autumn Twilight
From here?
area from here? I think it's this way.
Do you remember there used to be a little mine system? And which way? I lost where you went, but okay. I'm going to go find it independently of you.
Okay, you go find it independently of me. And we'll see who actually finds it first. And I think that will be the end of the stream. There we go. Who's going to find it first? Who's making bets? Is it going to be me? Or is it going to be Adam?
I know who I'm betting for.
You're betting for me. No,
Yeah.
I guess you're not.
You've always been better than me at this sort of thing. But we will see. I do have the faster horse.
Steed. Oh my god. Somebody
Kind of remember
wrecked my
there was a
path.
mountain here that you can't go down.
Somebody wrecked my path down. And
Yes.
built an amazing looking deed in the process.
Oh, I found the mine that I mentioned. Let's see
Really?
if it's not collapsed. Yes. I'm going to win.
Oh no.
Oh, it collapsed! Do I sit here and mine it out?
I'm coming down.
Collapsed.
You sit there and mine it out. I
No.
will find another way.
But that reminds me of something while we're doing this. Somebody was mentioning that if you have a reinforced mine, it still has a small chance of collapsing. And that made me think, like, that doesn't sound right. We all reinforce mines in order to prevent it from collapsing, right?
Yeah.
But that mine was reinforced, and it collapsed.
Maybe it just takes people not going through it for a specific amount of time.
Right. So that brings me
along with
to,
the
like,
amount of checks and stuff.
it makes me, you're going to beat me for sure now that I'm stuck up here.
Are you sure this is going to be close?
But that, no, I'm still up at the top of the hill there. I gotta find an alternate route down,
Yeah,
but that I
I'm
don't.
gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him.
Yeah, I don't really know which way to go down now. Might be stuck up here for a while. But yeah, like people on the forums were just mentioning it about how, even a reinforced mine can collapse because they lost some things. The mine collapsed on them.
Really?
And I was like, no, that's not right. It should, like, if you reinforce the walls, and let's say it's just a one tile wide,
Mm-hmm.
and you reinforce the walls, they were saying there's a chance that it still collapses. A very small chance, but a chance. Look, I might win. I might actually win.
Really? Are you back already?
I am. Oh, this is going to be close. I'm in the steep coming down towards Nightshade's Deed.
Oh, wow.
But it looks like you're going to win. Based on the stream and where you are.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm taking a chance because I haven't been to this area in a long time.
Right.
And they could have blocked it off or dug it down. I used to take this path all the time.
Yeah, you're going through Nightshade's area, right? Or not Nightshade's, Elizabeth.
Well, who knows? Who knows where I am?
Who knows where you are, yeah. I am passing Nightshade's old deed. Yeah, you're... Where are you?
Oh man, am I about to get stuck? Yep, I'm about to get stuck. Crap.
This is gonna be close.
Yeah, I think that just put me off track. This
Yeah.
guy, what?
No, yeah, you got stuck. You have to go back and around. I'm in the mine now, going through.
Oh no. I didn't win. It looks like
And
I'm too far away.
even though I won, I didn't win because I bet on you.
I made it to Nightshade's area.
Oh, and I just noticed Orthanis in local. Go, go, go. Oh, you made it to Elizabeth's area, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm still going through the mine.
I used to love this area.
You're back in my local.
But not
Yeah.
in my local. That's odd.
Oh, it's because I'm in the mine.
Oh, okay.
I should be in your local now.
They really blocked this area off, so I can't really
Oh,
kind of...
no. That's weird. You're out of my local now.
I can't really
Okay.
make it through.
I am back at the boat.
Wow.
I am the winner.
Yep, you are the winner. And look, they even blocked... This used to be a path. Now I'm just blocked off by a
Right.
giant
Yeah.
fence. I guess don't
See-
go by the water anymore, huh?
Yeah. You might have to go up that. Yeah.
What can you do?
You know,
What can you do?
when we make like I do understand people liking to corner off their little area and make sure nobody comes through that area, but it does cause problems for travelers. And I know that whenever we make a deed, we always think about pathways through our... We want people to come in. We want it to be like sucking them in
There it is.
and trapping them in there. You know what I mean? So that they can, you know, we want everything to be open so that you can go explore and take a look at the place.
Oh, Autumn Twilight. A once great city.
Mm-hmm.
Terraformed down.
Terraform down.
Colossus.
They really did a lot of
Gone.
terraforming.
Because I can take my horse out. Oh, pretty far. That's interesting. You can see all the terraforming that I did. Goes all the way out. It's supposed to go all the way out there. Wow. They left that part up.
Oh yeah. That one little
All the way out.
piece. This used to be this little area here. Do you remember this? We dug this so that
Got stuck, right?
boats can come through here.
That's right.
This was the small boat
dug
path
that.
into. And we dug that.
There's a seal.
Oh, and blocked us
They
too.
dug this down.
They dug that down.
Went
Yeah.
all the way to there. Wow. Anyway, this has been a great episode down memory lane.
Now we're gonna have to go back and watch all the old videos. We
Yeah.
did make a playlist that's just clips of us building, like giving village updates.
Yeah,
Right, like
there's
you
a
can watch a
whole
playlist
area
and
that's a playlist of just us building this place, and I almost have to go
Yeah.
back and just watch it, just to take a look.
Yeah. What's nice about it is that you edited all the old videos and clipped
Yeah.
out just the parts where we talked about the village and our progress on the village.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I
So-
did that. Now I can actually
Yeah.
go back and watch it. Well, I think this is part 1 of us really digging back into Deli. I can't wait till
Yep.
the next part.
So what do we
Where-
have planned? I think,
I want to go
Yeah.
back to puzzles, like really badly.
yeah, puzzles, definitely.
So I can't
Definitely.
wait. I can't wait.
We should
to go back to
probably
puzzles.
do an episode where we talk about and do and show archaeology.
Yeah. But I'd rather go to puzzles first.
Okay. I know you'd rather go to puzzles first.
I'm so looking forward to that place.
Yeah.
Just that whole area I have fond memories of. The whole
We could do a
mountains. and the
2-in-1
whole-
video.
A 2-in-1 video? Nah, I'd rather do puzzles. That was it was a big part of our history, big part
That's
of
true.
when we played. So,
Yeah.
I wonder what's there. I don't know if anything's there. Maybe
know,
one
there's
of our
another thing
Colossus is there. We
So
built so
another thing you
many.
could do if you want to walk down memory lane is go reread my blog that I wrote.
Oh my God, is that still around?
It is still around. I just got notifications about it saying,
Wow.
"Do you want to keep it up?" So I said, "Yeah." And I read the first entry, and I started writing that blog exactly 2 months after we started playing.
Wow. So Adam
2 months.
has a blog on the internet.
There's
Maybe
only
what he's
7
going to do,
entries.
or maybe, is on YouTube, post the link to the blog below. So
Yeah,
if you got
sure.
to the 3 hours into this video, and you see the description now below on the of Adam's blog that he wrote 2 months after we started playing Wurm. You never finished the blog. That's what I remember. It
I
was
never
the story
finished it.
of our beginning, but I remember it being very good. So definitely read that if you can. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. It's been a blast going back to the past. I did not mean to say
I've had
that.
a lot of fun.
But Autumn Twilight, you are now a guard tower and a foundation pillar. May you rest in peace. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.